Top of the hour.
Yeah, we'll catch up.
Yeah.
I feel like we got that microphone or the locker room mic.
No, it's not. That's just coming through. Welcome in, everybody, to Penn Air Field in beautiful Pensacola, Florida. Will Kennedy, Coach Kyle Shoemaker with you. We got Gulf South Conference football coming your way on a Saturday afternoon. The 24th-ranked Valdosta State Blazers, the number 18 team in the country, UWF. I've seen higher than that in some polls. Probably should be a little higher than that. Now, this is as good as it gets. Two teams with just one loss in conference play, both coming into this one with plenty still to play for this season. Playoffs hanging in the balance, all kinds of good stuff going on, and we are thrilled to be here. Coach, this is you've had some great tussles with Valdosta in your time on the staff here at the University of West Florida. This has quickly become a good rivalry.
Yeah, it sure has. Yeah, Valdosta, obviously, great tradition. A lot of really strong teams. Won national championships in the past, and obviously not too far geographically in the conference from UWF, and so been a lot of good battles over the years, and I'm sure today will be no exception.
We got a great crowd here. It's really a cool weekend. We've had homecoming already. We've had Parents Weekend. This is breast cancer awareness for this game. It's also military appreciation, so I'll warn everybody. I've been told there's a cannon here and that it may be fired off after score, so just want to, we're all aware if that does happen. I also had our Hall of Fame induction ceremony here for the University of West Florida Athletic Hall of Fame. Had 8 inductees go in this morning. Volleyball has already beaten Valdosta 3-1. Coach Melissa Walter and company, congratulations. Here come the Argos out of the tunnel wearing the green uniforms with the white helmets. Always looks good on the turf here at Penn Air Field. It's a nice shade of green. When we switched to the white numbers on these uniforms a couple years ago, it made me happier because the gray ones I couldn't read as my eyes continue to get older. The Argos will take the field. Valdosta coming into this one, their only loss to Delta State, the team the Argos knocked off last week. Delta was unbeaten, ranked 5th in the country, go over to Cleveland, Mississippi. The Argos come out with a 24-21 win. So that's the common opponent that everybody's been looking at. Really tough to get a super great feel Valdosta team if you're watching tape, but the numbers don't lie. You're 7-1. You're doing things right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they've they're up there statistically in the conference on offense, and top 3 in a lot of categories, and defense not quite as strong, but not near the bottom of the pack by any means. So, always a good squad out of these guys.
Love to see this. Aiden Sweat out there as one of the captains. Of course, the defensive end, we lost him in the second game of the season over at McKendree, tore a pec, and he's been recovering from surgery there, but he's out there with Jake Dorn, Oak Stipe, Caden Leggett. One of the captains for us, number 12, Sammy Edwards. He's the junior quarterback out of St. Augustine, Florida. And, Coach, he tutored a little bit under Austin Reed, who we know well, the former quarterback here at the University of West Florida. You were telling us on the radio side of things in the pregame that he's the kind of guy that he can make some plays. He can maybe take him. And but the players here, he'll get the ball out quick. He'll look to take whatever the defense allows him to take.
Yeah, they've been throwing for a bunch of yards this year, and he gets rid of it fast and can take his shots when he needs to, and it should be fun to watch today.
We actually we have a camera here in the booth, so that's a little something different this time. So at some point you'll get to see Coach Shoemaker and the California coolness that he brings to this broadcast as the two teams shake hands. There we are. We are saying hello to everybody out there. Got a great crew here as always here. Florida. Nobody better in the business, and we're glad to be here with you. Flow Sports, Your View, ESPN Pensacola, our radio partner. We're about ready to kick this thing off. Should be a fantastic football game here today. Pee Wee Jarrett coming into this one, 27 carries last week. The yards the pop off the screen, but able to control clock, and that really some of these high-powered offenses that you face in the Gulf South, if they don't have the opportunity to get the ball, then you're winning some battles already.
And running with the quarterback 27 times obviously gives you a +1 in the run game from the math standpoint. So, sometimes it gets tough to run the ball with just a running back. And so you add a guy like Pee Wee in there who's obviously an extra guy who's also extra big. It helps you out quite a bit, and then obviously allows you to control the clock as long as you stay in bounds. And so, yeah, definitely a great weapon to be able to rely on.
This series, Valdosta leads at 4-3, but there were 4 straight for Valdosta. If my math is correct, the last 3 times, including the playoffs on the way to a national championship, dramatic Anthony Johnson Jr. touchdown with 6 seconds left to win that one. Yeah. 2021 down at Blue Wahoo Stadium. The Wahoos home down there. We score 60-plus points. Valdosta conference championship that year. Didn't see him in the playoffs. Last year, an overtime game up in Valdosta, Georgia. So the Argos have had the better hand in this series, even though they trail by 1 in the overall. They've won the last 3, looking to make it 4 straight and even this series up here today. Argos team, so they will kick the ball away with Logan T, and that means, of course, that probably getting the ball out of the locker room at halftime. But that's probably not a bad thing in the way they're playing right now.
No, they've just been an incredible unit all year long. I'm just really impressed with what Coach Connor and his staff have been able to. So fun to watch. Not giving up many points.
We'll get a chance to see that Valdosta offense. We'll get a chance to set the starters here for you. This kick down and through the end zone. Going to be a touchback, and haven't seen many of those out of Logan Gregory this season. That may be his first one.
Yeah. A little bit of a line drive there.
Yeah, that'll be at the 25. The wind, where is the flag? A little bit on the goal. A little bit of action off that, but it'll be Sammy Edwards coming in 2,340 yards underneath. He's your quarterback. Isaiah Flowers, number 3, will be the main running back that you'll see most, and we'll get the receivers and the others for you here, but it is Flowers in the backfield here. Valdosta, white on white with the black helmets, black numbers. Edwards, first down, has some pressure behind him and knocked away. A good job by this front of getting in there and making him uncomfortable.
Yeah, it looked like Argos front got a little bit of a hit on Sammy Edwards there as he was releasing the throw, and bounced right off the hands of Council Allen there.
Receivers, Ted Hurst, number 9, number 1, Council Allen, number 80, Rodney Bullard, number 2, B.K. Smith, he's your leader. Noah Gillen, number 87, is the tight end. As here we go, second down and 10 from the 25. They look to run, they look an RPO. Running backs on the ground, not sure what happened there, but Edwards just has to throw that football away, and it's going to be 3rd and 10 that quickly.
Yeah, it looked like a little miscommunication maybe there on the screen. Looked like they were
it was the offensive lineman and the running back that got together.
Yeah, they ran into each other.
Number 71, Stephen Morrow, the left tackle, tangled up with Flowers. Jordan Taylor is the left guard. Michael Morata is the center. Right guard, Daniel Morales, 66-57. Devin Hannon, the right tackle. Here we go, 3rd and 10. Argos with a defensive chance to get off the field. They bring some pressure from the right side. Edwards flushed out to his left. Oh, my gosh, Byron Puryear, closing speed is there. He puts Sammy Edwards on the ground. That is another sack for this Argos defense, the 25th of the season.
Wow, yeah. Great pressure again by that Argos defense. Looked like Edwards had a little bit of maybe an opportunity to hit somebody down the flat, but he was looking down the field and held on to too long. Argos defense made him pay.
He was running for his life there. That was some closing speed from Mr. Byron Puryear. Loss of 7 back to the 18 brings up 4th down. And the Argos are really, this front 4 gets after you. Back to punt the football. This one is a high, kind of wobbly kick. Virgil Lemons comes over, takes the fair catch just around his 40. So the Argos will get the chance here to send the offense out after a great hold by the defense. Do I see the red hat? No, Jim Hammond, my man, the red hat staying over on the sideline. So let's get the Argos offense rolling for you. Let's go left to right across the starting offensive line. Jacob Bruce, big left tackle. Colton Bisley, left guard. Oak Stipe is your center. Namonte Decor, big chop, is out there at right guard. Ben Freeman, your right tackle. Pee Wee Jarrett brings them out. He'll have Jamontez Woods in. C.J. Wilson a little banged up, so Jamontez gets the opportunity to start. And then your receivers, K.J. Franklin, I see him out there. Caden Leggett, you'll see, obviously, John Giles. We'll talk more about John. And they'll run it on first down into the right side of the line, dancing around, putting his head down. Jamontez Woods gets up the field. This drive starting at the 42 for the Argos. And this is what we saw a lot of, Coach, getting out there. And
a nice pickup of move things forward there with a little cloud of dust. Cloud of turf these days.
Yeah,
you know,
well, pebble. The little
more
pebble
dust and
things that end up in my shoe. Go back to it here. Second down now and 7. Pee Wee brings the offense, claps the hands. He'll pull it. Go to the left. Pee Wee's got had it in front of him, but kind of danced away from his offensive That would look like Ben Freeman out there leading the way. First down, though, the Argos are on the move.
Yeah. Valdosta defense coming out. Iowa State, 3 high, 3 safety defense up front there, and are taking the quarterback run game quickly here.
Jackson Blaylock, tight end, obviously, in this setup for the Argos. Is that Valdosta territory? Fresh set of downs. We apologize, a little bit of glitch in there with cameras. Jarrett looks this over. Blazer territory. Snap. Back to pass. First throw of the game. Fires it out. Over that. Towards the Argos sideline. It'll be incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah. Saw a little heat on that throw and right off the hand. Jeff Franklin, sorry.
A little too much gas right there. Across the front for this defense, Deontay Hunter. Number 40 is Jaquan Hick. The other tackle inside, number 91, Jamore Jones. And the other defense, Jaden Blunt. Your linebackers, LaKen Nettles, 27. Number 8 Kennedy Parker. And the number 4 plays at the 4-3 defense. They'll take the 2nd and 10 there. They get to Jamontez Woods quickly. A yard or 2 or maybe a little bit more than that. Looks like it's into Argo territory. 49. Loss of 4.
Little run blitz there. Boston. That Mike linebacker found a hole that he liked. Guard. All
of a sudden, you're behind the chains a little bit here down in guys. This, yeah, it looks like it's going to be 14. Not where my math had it. Your corners, number 11 and number 20, Theron Stroups. The safeties, 23, Byron Broussard, great player. Nick Jackson leads, one of the tackle leaders, number 22. Pee Wee back, 3rd and 14, fires the man, stays on his feet. It's Caden Leggett doing what he does. The 4:30 end. Leggett did not go to the ground, put down after making the catch, stayed on his feet. That's a big play.
Great little curl back, and incredible job just keeping his balance. He was about to go down right after he caught it, and keeping his balance, getting for some positive.
Hayden had a great touchdown last week, 26-yarder, caught after the catch, full extension dive into the end zone for the score of the game, and he's capable of really being a dynamic runner when he catches the football. Here from the 35-yard line of Valdosta. Drifts back, going to try flat, but his running back had gone down. It was Jamontez Woods he was looking for, but he got tangled. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. So you can kind of see what they're looking to do, mix it up a passing game so far, mixed with the run pressure up the middle on this one. The design just didn't work out.
I think our guy just, right as he was about to turn around and catch the ball.
Back to it here on 35-yard line. Everybody checking their little note attached to their hips. Jackson comes in set. Jarrett claps his hands. They'll run it into the line. Not just going to actually. See this. Try to pick up some positive yards after the incompletion. This is the run blitz is fired in there. The 3rd and 13 this time. Argos were able to convert on that last one, so a big play to Leggett, and then a couple negative plays in the run game.
Yeah, not what you want. Both sides.
Yeah, both sides running some guys off and on for the snap. Argos bringing up 13. Big play. Valdosta would love to get off the field here because it's right at the edge of field. Punting if you're the Argos. Jarrett faces some pressure, slides away. He's got some room to run. Near the first down marker. We'll have to see where he get it. Slid to his right, danced through a little bit.
Yeah, like what I saw. Caught him in man coverage, and Aaron's tried to make some things happen and waited. There with situation, This one right there, he just took off and ran with it and made those guys caught him in man first down. That was nice.
Gets it down 1 yard, so it's a first. There Argo, so nice run for Pee Wee. Takes the snap in right on the door of the red. Has got Giles. John Giles with the catch. Touchdown. You cannot stop. Man.
Great play call there by Coach Nobles, bringing in the 10 up coverage there on Giles. Not the situation you want to be a guy against 6'4" Giles.
Giles, he comes into this game 40 25 touchdown. Grab, you can add 21 more yards. He's on a. We'll find out. Is added to that touchdown total. So the Argos draw first blood and PAT attempt. Kick is up. It's over the scissor lift. For a minute. Argos get it done. Score with 9:25 left. Break with the two teams from the U.S. Network. In there, the Sammy Edwards will back out his group to try to see if they can get something.
Not much on that first drive, huh?
Edwards looks over the defense, starting at the 20. Goes moving, shifting some guys around. To throw run into the left side of the line. There, this Argo defense run. Teams coming into the season not that kind of traction, only allowing 95.8 yards a game. It's really anything 100, and you're really playing well.
No, for sure. And with the amount of roll in and out of there with injuries and stuff, it's really impressive to do this year.
No game. Back down, quick out. Finds one of the tight ends, but the Argos are, maybe back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard more than that. The big tight end Noah Gillen, who runs 6'3", 2. Speed is not his forte. Give him 3 yards. That's a general lead. If they're giving him the 28, and I think they are. 7, another big third down here for the Argos. Maybe 9, maybe 3rd and 6. Edwards back to pass. He's got pressure right up the middle. It has a man, but not close enough for the first down. Gael Laurent as he first, and Ted Hurst found the ground thanks to G.
Yeah. Quick tackle there, not much after the catch at all.
In here, Valdosta starting from the 48, their own 48, but they've got some room to work right here. Whistles blow before this one can even get going. So fumble return for a touchdown, and then a forced punt by the Argos, their first punt of the game, but it's a false start. So Valdosta, with the momentum, immediately takes a penalty, and they'll back it up to the 43 and face a 1st and 15. Not what you want to do when things are starting to get a little bit better for you. Those flags came out quickly, so Edwards will bring them out. Running back on his right shoulder. 3 receivers towards the near side of the field. Ball's on the far hash. Claps his hands. He's back to pass. He's got some time. Finds a man in the middle. BK Smith gets away from the defenders. He is potentially gone. Cuts it back inside. They get him down. Virgil Lemons inside the 5. The football fan would not happen. They've been vulnerable in the middle of the field. Edwards with time. They couldn't get to him with the pressure. He finds a man who just runs away from the linebacker, Robert Riley, and Smith gets caught from behind, but now it's Valdosta down to the Argo 1 or 2. It's the 1 yard line. So that play goes for 56 yards, and Valdosta's at the doorstep with a chance to even this football game.
Yeah, Valdosta caught him in some zero-man coverage there and was able to make him pay.
They'll run it. They'll take it in.
Little power play, punched it in.
Easy money for the touchdown. Trying to see who that was that carried the football. Looks like number 24, Bud Cheney, out of Lehigh Acres, Florida, and it's 14-13.
Yeah, Argos brought a little pressure and ran some zero-man coverage, so no help over the top there, and we're able to, Valdosta able to get a, convert that little slant route and 1 missed tackle, and that's what happens on that zero coverage. It's high risk, high reward.
It's going to end up being a 2-play touchdown drive. Esten Thiel on to kick the PAT through. He does. 9:50 left in the first half, and you want to talk about lightning striking quickly. Valdosta scores 2 touchdowns, 1 on the defensive side of the ball, 1 on the offensive side of the ball, and they do it all within a matter of about 2 minutes off the clock. So the Argos now find themselves in a dogfight, 14-14, set to get the football back here with 9:50. They got to find a way to restart the engine.
Yeah, just amazing how quickly the momentum can swing in a football game, isn't it? I mean, you go from up 14-0 to turnover to 1 explosive play and bam.
Up 14-0 and dominating the game in just about every way you can think about. And it just, freak play.
5 minutes, boom.
Freak fumble and a return for a touchdown, and now they get burned on defense, and so you've got to find a way to reseat yourself in this game. 9:50 left in the half. Esten Thiel puts the ball back on the tee, and Coach Jackson and company, they're feeling a lot better about things at this point. Second season, as we mentioned, for Tremaine Jackson. Came into this one 12-7 at Valdosta, so 1 loss this year. He lost 6 last year. That doesn't get it cut. Doesn't cut it very well at Valdosta. This one's boomed high into the air. It'll be into the end zone again. And off the hands of Brendan Cook. It'll be a touchback, and the Argos will start at their 25.
Late flag here in the middle of the field.
And obviously it's a 14-14 game now, but it's like you just gave a lifeline to Valdosta with the fumble.
Yeah.
And then unable to stop that slide of the momentum. We'll see what the call is here. Now the offense has got to come back. So what was working was running the football, chipping away, and then taking a shot, or being able to come up with a play on a third down. They couldn't come up, the Argos, last time on a 3rd and 12, come up with the first down yardage. Wow. So the Argos start at the 40 because of that is one of those coaches completely unnecessary. Hands to the face cost you 15 yards, and now the Argos get out near midfield without having to do anything. This is big. So first down. Pee Wee Jarrett brings the offense back out. Got to get something going here. You'd love to come up with a positive play here on first down. Kind of get the energy back in the crowd, get the juice flowing a little bit. Good crowd, lots of pink in the stands. This is breast cancer awareness here today on this home game. They'll run with Jarrett. Falls forward, gets a yard or two. Not much there. Trying to run behind the right side of the line a little bit. Just Jacob Bruce to come pulling around. Let's see where they mark this. 1 yard. Give them the 41. 2nd and 9. Got Giles out there, Leggett, KJ Franklin. They'll run Wilson, CJ Wilson back in there again, battling some injuries. Jarrett surveys the defense. Takes the snap, hands it off. Wilson got a big hole out towards midfield, puts his head down. Let's see where they mark him. If he got the 50, he got the first down. He did. Gain of 9. Argos will be right at the center with a fresh set of downs. Good run by CJ. Good job by the left side of the offensive line.
Yeah.
So that's what they needed, Coach, to come out, move the sticks.
Yeah.
Gifted some decent field position after a penalty by Valdosta on the kickoff. Can the Argos answer? They've been good at doing that this season, of coming up with answers when the other team has scored. Even last week, a field goal after the second Delta touchdown. Big here as we go towards the half. They'll run it. Nothing there on the left side. Wilson tries to cut it back to the right, maybe a yard. Not much there. Good job by this Valdosta front.
Yeah,
closing it down.
Yep, they got a couple levels of players there. They got a safety that's deep in the middle of the field that's playing really aggressive and coming down. It's tough to account for those guys in the run game when you're blocking them. And he's getting down there and making tackles 1 or 2 yards past the line of scrimmage.
DeAndre Clifton and then Jacob Harris, that safety coach was talking about, involved on that tackle there. 2nd and 9.
A little empty set out of the yard.
Yeah,
not
they'll go zero protection. 5 wide receivers. Maybe sending a message. And here comes some pressure. Jarrett just has to chunk it out of bounds. And that's going to be intentional grounding because there was nobody over there.
Yeah.
And that's the difficulty. You go the zero protection, and if you don't see the blitz or don't pick it up quickly enough, all of a sudden that's loss of down, and you're losing the yardage too.
Yep. Yeah, he did not get out of the pocket there. And just
he tried to roll out, but everybody had run go routes. There was nobody in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Got to anticipate and have an answer for that pressure when you're running empty.
You hate that too, because I think Pee Wee took a hit at the end of that play, releasing the football.
He did. It looked like he was kind of hobbling there a little bit. Nothing terrible, but enough to.
Yeah, he's been fighting a little bit on the knee, so obviously carrying the football 27 times last week. Yeah. Maybe not the best, but and they're going to wave this off, I think. It looks like the officials, and Jarrett's saying they may pick this flag up. At least I'm reading body language.
Looks like a spirited conversation amongst these zebras.
2 fouls. Uh-oh.
One on both teams. We got a personal foul. Roughing the passer, number 36 on the defense with a strike to the head. We also had intentional grounding on the offense, number 7. The ball did not get to the line of scrimmage. There's no receiver in the area. There's penalties offset. Replay second down.
So long and short of it, we'll go 2nd and 9 again. There was a little bit of roughing the passer. I told you Pee Wee took a hit, but also didn't get it back to the line of scrimmage, and there was no receiver. So, just never happened.
Yeah.
One of those. Let's go back and do it again.
They said a strike to the head. I guess it wasn't a helmet. It was it
was a hand, I believe.
To the head.
head.
So I didn't see anybody get ejected. There was no targeting.
I think on those, whichever penalty is the longer penalty should win. Like, if it's 15 yards versus 7 or 10, then you should get 5 yards out of it, right? I mean, it only feels fair.
Yeah.
We'll go back 49 of Valdosta's. The Argos are inside of Blazer territory. 14-14 game. Argos with 14 unanswered, and then right back with Valdosta with 2 touchdowns, 1 defensive, 1 offensive. Jarrett takes a snap, 3 receivers, far side of the field. He's back to throw. Doesn't have anything. Steps up in the pocket. Has a man down the field. Looking for Leggett. Good coverage over there. Thought he had an opportunity to sneak a football in there, but instead, good play coming over from Jordan Billups, the defensive back.
Yeah, he had that one-on-one matchup with Leggett that he liked, and Billups got in there.
That wasn't egregious, but Billups got a hand on the top of the jersey of Leggett and seemed to slow him down a little bit there at one point. And I've seen that called before, but long and short of it is it just goes as an incompletion. It'll be 3rd and 9 from the Valdosta 49.
Yeah, there's a little art to how you do that. Do it the right way. Sometimes it doesn't always get called, but
play clock winding down. Argos will take a timeout. You know what you have to do there? Turn your head. You got to turn your head back to the football. And one of those, officials will often give you a lot of leeway if you do look back. So that play clock was about to wind out. That's the problem with running a deep route sometimes. It's hard to get back to the line of scrimmage and get everybody ready again unless you're going to swap out a bunch of people. So the Argos, this is a big play coming up here. 3rd and 9, and we'll take a timeout. I believe Jim's out there on the field. Let's take a quick timeout with the 2 teams. 14-14 our score on the UWF Sports Network.
Tuesday, October 31st at 6 o'clock in the field house.
He walked out right behind that thing, and I couldn't see him. Like he's blocked off by the pole, and then I slid to my left, and I was like, oh, crap, he's out there. Back with you real quick here on the radio side. 3rd and 9, here it comes. Jarrett looks over to the sidelines, checking a play. Plenty of time.
Showing some pressure here.
Maybe dialing up a little bit. A bunch of guys on the line of scrimmage. They will come. Jarrett's going to dump it. He's kind of looking for a screen, but he threw it over the top of his running back. So good job by this Valdosta defense of bringing that pressure, forcing the incompletion. That's going to force a punt from the Argos. And Valdosta, who didn't seem to have anything going through the first quarter, has it all going in the second.
Jacob Harris sniffed that screen out. It looked like, fortunately, he dropped it. It looked like that could have been 6 the other way. He had 2 hands on it, and I think he might have been looking for the end zone before he caught that ball.
Snap back to Logan Gregory. Gregory gets this one up high in the air. Last one was a low kick. This is taken. Fair catch about the 10 by Xavier Williams. So pinned back a little bit. Valdosta will get the football. Tied up 14-14, 7:15. Still left. It's as quick as the first quarter went. This second quarter seems to be at a much slower pace as we go back and
forth.
Much
slower. I think you're right. Absolutely.
But also some of that is because we have, flipping back and forth. I mean, there were only 2 possessions for each team in the first quarter, and now we're seeing the ball ping-pong back a little bit more.
Yeah.
So Edwards will come out. This would be a great spot of the field for the Argo defense to come up with potentially a turnover of some kind or a big play.
Huge. Long drive right here, 10 from their own 10-yard line.
You're going to have to go 90 if you want 7. They'll run. Flowers middle of the line. Get a decent push up front before the Argos close that window down pretty quick. We got guys grabbing guys. See guys popping up off the pile there. Colin Shaw in there. Jake Dorn. I will tell you, he was fighting a little bit of an injury John McMullen is in there. He's got the kind of the RoboCop stuff on his arm as it's 2nd and 9 from the 11. Haven't called his name much today. Normally he's a difference maker in the middle of that line. They'll come with pressure. They're going to get him. Colin Shaw off the edge. The Argos get to Sammy Edwards inside his own 5. He keeps the football. He gets up slowly. And this time it's the Argos who bring the pressure, and they get to the quarterback, put him on the ground.
Yeah, Colin Shaw with a nice little spike inside there from that defensive end position, and that guard didn't pick him up, and he came scot-free right at the quarterback. And great hit, huge tackle for loss there for the Argo defense.
They'll lose 8, and they'll take it back to the 3 where it's 3rd and 17. You got to be careful right here. If you're Valdosta, you can't get caught in the end zone here. The Argos bring pressure. They do. It's a quick out over to Hurst on the side. Beautiful sure tackle by Brandon Cross. B. Cross puts the man on the ground, and you had to make that tackle. If Hurst gets past him, he could be running for a little while, but give B. Cross credit. Got burned once last week, not this time.
Yeah, huge tackle, one-on-one tackle out there in the flat.
Woo.
Man coverage all by himself.
First of all, that camera worked crazy good, and there's Gael Laurent flying in to help get the man on the ground. The Argos defense gets the job done. They'll pick up 5, not near enough, out to the 8-yard line. In fact, they'll face 4th and 12. They'll be punting from their own end zone. Botsford standing about 2 yards deep, and the Argos bring a little pressure. Anthony Ballard was off the edge. It's a good punt. Lemons will take it into his own end. He's got a little bit of return room up the middle, puts his head down. Not a whole lot, but pretty good field position to start this next possession for the Argos. So great job by this defense of keeping Valdosta deep in their own end.
Yeah, huge tackle for loss, huge job keeping those guys backed up, and then nice little return there, enough for
I'll tell you what,
about 8 yards on
Botsford really puts the football up in the air.
He's
hangs it up there for a while.
He's a great punter. He does a really good job.
Argos are going to have the 44-yard line here, so out about midfield. You got 5:13 left in the quarter. After scoring 2 good drives to start the game, the Argos have gone fumble, return for a touchdown, punt, and punt. So this is kind of where you need to flip this around. They're going to get the ball potentially coming out of the locker room. They will get the ball out of the locker room. And if you can hold on to the football here, drive down, get some points, then all of a sudden it's kind of that 2 for 1.
Yeah, definitely. You can score right here. Leave no time on the clock. That's ideal.
Jarrett looks over the defense. 3 receivers far side towards the Valdosta sideline. Ball's on the near hash towards the Argos sideline. Handoff, middle of the line. There's some good running room. Woods puts his head down, runs over some defenders again. I mean, you got a big guy hanging on for dear life in there. Number 51, the linebacker, Tyler Moorhead. And then you got a safety, Nick Jackson, coming up and getting thumped at the end of this play. Wow.
Yeah.
Jackson may have a little bit of a headache after sticking his head down in there.
Big hole there created by that Argo offensive line. Nice job by that group.
Flips into Valdosta territory to the Blazer 48 where it's 2nd and 2. And they'll stretch it. Puts his head down, gets across the 45, goes over another defender. It's a first down for the Argos. Had Jackson Blaylock out there ahead of Jamontez Woods doing some good clearing work. And the Argos get a fresh set of downs, and they're on the move to the 41.
Nice little outside zone stretch play there. Some big seams getting opened up again by that Argo offensive line.
15 yards on 2 straight runs from Jamontez Woods, and he's getting after it a little bit here in this football game. Giles will come over near side of the field. Ball is on the near hash. 2 receivers far side of the field are KJ Franklin and Caden Leggett. Giles comes in motion, so now really unbalanced towards the far side. They're going to run it. Big hole. Woods again inside the 35 before they can drag him down. And right now it's the Jamontez Woods show, and he's out there behind Blaylock again.
That's three runs in a row. Huge holes opened up at that Argo offensive line there. Really impressive blocking there.
Let the big boys eat. Mm-hmm. Let them get off the football. They've been pass protecting. It's a little tough, but a little thin on the offensive line with some injury issues as well. But that's an 8-yard gain. Again, Woods is ripping off 7-8 yards every time he's carrying the football right now.
Yeah.
Brings up 2nd and 2. And it looks like a timeout from Valdosta. And this is where we were talking about running the clock down with these running plays. Maybe Valdosta's calling a timeout, trying to preserve some clock potentially.
Yeah.
if they can't come up with something. What a weird game. Again, the Argos go 9 plays on one drive, 16 on the next one, scored touchdowns their first two possessions, and then it's been Valdosta. It's a mistake that flipped it. Javontes Woods fumble deep in his own end after a punt, and returned, scooped, and scored for a touchdown. And now you've got Valdosta finding some offense, getting a big play to B.K. Smith, and then a short touchdown run. And the Argos have just seemed to be stuck in first or second gear since then.
Yeah, they, those were two big momentum swing plays there for Valdosta, and we haven't been like a quick strike offense really. So you got a nice drive going right now. We'll see if we can turn this into some points.
The capability for quick strikes is there. It just doesn't feel like it. We've taken a couple shots, just haven't been able to come up with those big plays. 2nd and 2 from the 33. Jarrett looking right at us. He wants to throw to Coach Shoemaker down here behind the end zone. Brings the man across the set. The Argos are going to look for it here on 2nd and 2. Throwing towards the corner of the end zone. He's got Giles over there. Giles got a touchdown.
Yeah.
John Giles, you said quick strike, Coach? There it is.
Ask and you shall receive.
33 yards this time. Add that to the 21-yard touchdown that Pee Wee threw to John earlier. And the Argos climb back on top. Just like that.
Great pitch and catch there. A little play action. Got Giles singled up.
Well, he didn't need much separation, does he? That ball, Pee Wee Jarrett, that was in the basket. He put that ball at perfect spot for Giles. Giles didn't really have to do anything.
That was actually really good coverage by Kyle Cass.
Yeah,
but,
not much else you could do.
No, you know what they say, great throw beats great coverage every time. So
the only part of my plan that didn't work is there's still 3:14 left on the clock. Sarah sneaks this one inside the right side of the uprights. The Argos take the 21-14 lead. Man, this second quarter, I'm running out of room on my drive charts over here because both teams have been back and forth a couple of different times. So 3:14 left. Argos are back up by 7. This is a whale of a football game.
It is.
Pretty darn exciting. That drive goes pretty quickly. 4 plays covering 56 yards. And the Argos get a 33-yard touchdown pass, Pee Wee Jarrett to John Giles. Giles, that'll put him north of 50 for the game. He needed 75 yards coming in to get to 1,000, so he's closing in on that ability.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, I see Nate Howard walking around. Former Argo receiver who plays for Delta. Delta's got a bye week, so Nate was on the field last week. He's walking around with one of the Griffins.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so good to see Nate come back home, even if he plays for Delta now, we'll still claim him. One of our favorite guys, local guy as well. So the Argos get it, 7-point lead, 21-14. Logan Gregory will stick that ball back on the tee, and the Argos defense will try to get back out there. And they were dominant the last time Valdosta had the football, pinning them deep in their own end, getting good field position, and the Argo offense capitalizes on that.
Big drive here for the Argo defense.
Yeah, I think, if you're the Blazers too, right? We said the Argo's getting the ball coming out of the second half. And the return is on. Return man runs right into Flowers, into his own guy's back. I'm not sure that was the best play for Rodney Buller, but that's what happened.
Sometimes I guess you run so fast.
Got excited.
Yeah.
Felt like, I have a seam. Wait, no, I don't. What I have is the other guy in front of me. That one gets out. Where do they mark this? A little short of the 25, so it's going to be the 23. They're going to have to go a long way. And the Argos roll that defense out there feeling pretty good here. And now you start, if you're Caleb Nobles, you got one timeout. Let's see what Valdosta does, and maybe, can we get the ball back?
Yeah.
Before the half again. Edwards brings the man in motion across the set. It is Council. He's back to pass. He's got time. He looks over the top. Oh, the only guy that had a shot at that was Elijah Williams, the big corner, and he dove for it. Do we have – I hear whistles behind the play. Do we see any yellow down? Yeah, there's a flag. And this might be on the Argos. But we shall see. I'm a little shell-shocked. I have some PTSD with penalties at this point. I assume every flag thrown is against us. Yeah, and it is – and they're going to call Elijah with the hold, Eli with the hold on this deep ball. It must have been early in the route because by the end of it, it was only Elijah that had a shot to catch it. So It's a 10-yarder. It's a first down. Move it out to the 33. Doesn't kill you, but it certainly doesn't help you. Edwards brings him back. How did that only take 6 seconds off the clock? Little bubble out to the side, finds Council. Council gets away from the first guy. Actually eludes the second man, too, before Gael Laurent runs him out of bounds. It's going to be another first down, and did they say he got out? No, the clock continues to run.
Gael Laurent coming from middle of the field there, covering some ground all the way to make the tackle.
Yeah,
sideline to sideline play right
wasn't
there.
a block by Hurst, but it was just enough of, like, getting in the way of the defender. So gain of 12, ball out to the 45, and it's a first down. So penalty, a positive play, and all of a sudden Valdosta's at midfield without running much time off the clock. They're looking deep to Hurst. He's got it. He beat Williams. He had to have some safety help from Milholm, and wow, to the 20-yard line. It's going to go for 35 yards as Sammy Edwards puts a beautiful ball on his receiver over the top of the defender. He just chunked that up there. Williams could not get his hand up to potentially deflect that.
Looked like he was just out of reach on that. He was maybe misjudged it a touch.
But here's Valdosta looking to tie this football game, Coach.
Yeah, got ourselves a ball game here. Sammy Edwards leaving the crew.
Edwards throws it middle of the field. He's got B.K. Smith. The Argos are getting gashed in the middle right now, inside the 10, down near the 5, and the Valdosta faithful are enjoying that. Let's see where they mark this. It's going to be at least a 15-yard gain. DJ Barnes gets in there. Yeah. They're going to give him maybe the 4.
Little play action there to suck the linebackers up and then hit them over the top, right in between the safeties and the backers. Good little play there by that our Valdosta offense.
Valdosta in the red zone.
A little unbalanced set here.
Yeah.
The Valdosta.
They are 31-39 before this plays. They'll get stuffed on this one with 30 touchdowns. They converted a better than 78% clip with touchdowns in the red zone. So when they get there, they're hard to stop and keep them from getting into the end zone. But that time, nice job by Walker Robinson of flowing up and putting the ball carrier, number 33, Travis Tisdale, on the ground. No gain to the 5.
Valdosta was trying to pull that Argo defense over to the field, and they were not biting on it.
Back down, second down and goal from the 5. Edwards, zero protection in the backfield, brings Flowers, the running back, across. That's where he was looking initially. Now he's scrambling. He's going to run. He's going to get to the end zone easily. Sammy Edwards sneaks in. Valdosta comes right back, goes 77 yards down the field with about 2 minutes run off the clock. There's 42.8 seconds left. And oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
This game has turned into a shootout.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, that was the best drive that Valdosta's had all day.
Argos have been susceptible to the big play here. 6 plays, 77 yards. Chance to tie it up with the PAT here. Just hard to understand football sometimes, the way the Argos dominated that first quarter. But Valdosta, obviously a good team at 7-1, and they kick it into the scissor lift. They've come right back. They've had answers. Down 14-0. They sit 21-21 with less than a minute left here in the first half.
Yeah, hard-fought game here. A lot of back and forth here in this second quarter. This has turned into a high-scoring affair all of a sudden. Very active second quarter.
Sometimes it is something as small as just that one freak play that gets them back into the game. PAT is good. There was an offsides on the Argos. Halftime show, we get the chance to sit down and hear from on the radio side, but also sit down and watch our conversation with tight end Jackson Blaylock from the state of Alabama, across the state line. Went to a small prep school there, played at Troy, and found his way here to the University of West Florida. We'll walk through Jackson with his journey a little bit, the tight end. But first, can the Argos find a big play or two, maybe get something before halftime, before coming out of the locker room and getting the football?
Yeah, 42 seconds, not a whole lot of time to do a whole lot, but we have gotten some pretty good field position.
You never know.
If we can maybe sneak up to the 40, we've certainly got the big play capability with guys like Giles and Leggett, to be able to put something in there before this half comes to an end.
Guy has the arm strength, too, at Pee Wee. We had that last week at the end of the half. We threw one up, and John Giles kind of tipped it, and there was almost an opportunity to make a big play, but you got to get into position for that first.
Yeah.
Thiel with the ball on the tee, kicking to the strong end of the field, at least the way we think the wind is going. He may be able to just punch this out of the end zone, and he will, over the head of Brandon Cross. And so it's going to be at the 25 is where the Argos will start, whatever it is they maybe have a chance to do. And it just feels a little strange, Coach, to be potentially going to the locker room tied at 21 after that first quarter.
It really does. It really does. The game has flipped. You know, I don't know necessarily in one team's favor or the other, but it really has. All of a sudden, it's like Valdosta's kind of found their groove here, that they got sparked by that fumble for a touchdown, and put together a really nice drive right there, which we haven't really seen all day. And all of a sudden, you know, hey, we've got ourselves a ball game.
Pee Wee will bring them out. Lots of receivers on the field. Single back is Woods with him. 3 receivers here near side of the field. Ball on the far hash. The guys in green settle in here. Can they get something going with 42.8 left? Pulls it, looking to throw it. Slides out, got pressure coming. They're going to get near his ankles. Good block there at the end of the play by Nash Nelson. And Pee Wee gets out across the 40, steps out of bounds. So, Coach, he runs some time off the clock of 9 seconds.
Yeah.
That felt like it took a lot longer than 9 seconds.
Sure did. Big pickup there, though, and he gets out of bounds. So, all of a sudden, now where are we? Right at the 40?
40, roughly. Let's see. To get right across the 40, maybe to the 41.
You've got time for a handful
they're going to give him
plays.
the 43. So, nice job by Pee Wee of picking up 18 yards. And if you can come up, you still have the one timeout. If you can come up with a throw in the middle of the field, you got time. You can call a timeout and maybe take another shot, get your field goal team out there. So.
Yeah, I think so. I think what we can't afford is to kind of dance around back there and try to wait and find someone open. But if we can get rid of it quick.
There it is. Quick throw into the middle of the field. Leggett makes a man miss. Trying to get over to the sideline. Dives for it.
Great job, Leggett.
And they're going to say he got to the out of bounds. There's a flag down at the end of the play. And they may have gotten Jared Smith here at the end of this play. You can see the heads hanging. Smith throws his head back, and it's going to cost him.
Yeah, you know, when you got people running lateral like that across the field and trying to run to get out of bounds.
He blocked. It was a block in the back. Smith was just trying to come over and help his teammate, but
it can just set up some weird angles. You know what I mean?
Last second, he should have. He looked, and he probably at the last second saw the numbers 32 of Jordan Billups. And that's going to cost them this play.
Ooh, illegal blind.
They called it a blindside block. Felt more like a block in the back to me.
Yeah.
But it's a 15-yarder, so that play, that may kill whatever the Argos had going. And he didn't really make much contact with him.
Really wasn't much of a
Not
hit,
sure it would have really helped. But, you know, this is our receiver core, I will tell you, man, they really do a great job of trying to block, you know.
Wasn't much of a move back. We still have the ball on a 40.
Yeah, the 40, but that's because there was a spot foul from where it was. So it's first and 13 or so now. Jarrett looks middle of the field, has Leggett again to the 50. Leggett's going to get down. You're going to have to call a timeout here.
Not going to the sideline this time.
No, he does. He gets to the 50, 16 seconds left.
The clock is still running.
It should be 16-1. I think they stopped at just about the right spot.
Looking at the TV copy.
But right at the 50, more or less. And this coaching staff's going to be interesting to see what they can, both sides. Kind of how, obviously Valdosta's going to feel pretty good about, hey, we're back in this thing. We're moving the football. The Argos got to figure out how do we work around some of the issues that we've had and clean that up. Well, 99 for Valdosta is a large human being.
He is, yeah.
And again, I'm not making fun. Is he wearing a dress? Elijah Sparks?
He is huge.
Like his jersey's hanging down. I was like, that's a big dude.
Yeah, my gosh, yeah. I'd love to know what he weighs. He's got to be
a large man. I think I had his info. Let me see. I'm going to tell you here. 6'4", 347.
Oh, I was wrong.
That's
north
a big
of 350,
man.
I said.
I think that was probably, the 347 was probably.
That had to be in camp.
A while back.
By now, he's got to be.
He's put on. He's put on a little bit. So the ball is at
trending upward.
The 49, the Valdosta 49, where it will be 2nd and 1. No timeouts, though, now. So if you work the middle of the field, you'd have to hustle up there and try to spike it. Jarrett back to pass, taking his time, fires it, has a man, he gets out of bounds.
Great
so
job.
just north of the 40, gets the first down. So to the 42, it's only a gain of 7, but it is good for a first down. And so you're not really at field goal range yet, and you have 9.5 seconds left.
You've got time for maybe one more throw.
Towards the sideline for sure, right?
Yeah.
So I guess the question now is, do you take a shot towards the end zone, or are you looking to get a field goal?
Well, you'd be at almost a 60-yarder.
Yeah.
That'd be a monster kick for Griff.
Probably not what you're doing. So they're going to look deep. They're probably looking down towards the field. Pee-wee, there's not really any pressure coming. There's nobody coming.
Well,
and he's just going to chunk it. It's coming right to us. Coach, we got a chance to catch it. Oh, it's blocked away. Good job by the defense. They get it to the ground. They had Giles. They had Quillen, the big wide receivers in there. I think Quillen was just trying to tip it to somebody. Wow, let's watch this replay here on the TV side. I mean, Pee-wee just had all day, but you're taking a jump ball chance if you're Valdosta with some big receivers in there. Yeah. The half is going to be over. That one just goes as an incompletion. Good job of getting in there and tipping it away. I believe finally that was 11, Kyle Cass, that knocked it down. So 21-21 our score at the half. We'll take a 3-minute break. We'll come back, recap the first half for you. We do have a halftime interview coming your way with Jackson Blaylock. A lot to get to at the half. We're all knotted up with 30 minutes of football to play right here on the UWF Sports Network. Welcome back in here, halftime. 21-21 our score here at Penn Air Field in Pensacola, Florida. Will Kennedy, Coach Kyle Shoemaker with you. Argo band out on the field, getting into some hits from today. The hits today, it's just been a crazy first half. We're knotted up, both teams with 3 touchdowns. They come in very different ways. The Argos able to score in their first 2 offensive possessions, 9-play drive, 16-play drive, chewing up time, chewing up the field, really throttling Valdosta defensively, forcing 2 punts, and you're up 14-0 early in the second quarter. You force another punt, get pinned deep, and the first play you fumble the football, Jamontez Woods pops out, they scoop it up, take it to the end zone, and then the Argos proceed to punt the football away a couple times again, and then Valdosta gets a big play. Sammy Edwards to BK Smith on their next offensive possession, goes for 56 yards, sets up a 1-yard touchdown run, and all of a sudden it was 14-14.
Yeah.
And Coach, it really felt like, the Argos had dominated the first quarter, and then all of a sudden we got a tie football game.
Yeah, no doubt. You're totally right. Yeah, it did feel very, very dominant there. And then within a span of about 5 minutes, all of a sudden Valdosta scooped and scored for a touchdown, and then all of a sudden hit that big play drive later, and all of a sudden you're knotted up, and then UWF came back, scored, and then Valdosta answered right back with not much time left in the half. And here we are, tied up.
Yeah, the Argos got it with 5:13 left, 14-14 game in the first half. They go a nice quick drive, 4 plays, 56 yards, score the touchdown. John Giles coming up with the catch again, and then you look and you say, well, maybe they left too much time, and they did, because it was Valdosta with 3:08 left. They're able to go 77 yards on 6 plays, and it's some big plays, big chunks in there again, middle of the field. Argos have had some issues there. Last week, Delta hit them a couple times in that same territory. Argos get a shot at the end zone there at the end of the half, but 21-21 is the score. I mean, Giles has got some decent numbers. Pee Wee's going to have some decent yardage numbers just from some of the deeper throws, but the running game was working early.
Yeah.
And now you kind of feel like it's more of a shootout type game. Defensively, what is it with the Argos that's changed? Is it what Valdosta's doing? Is it just missed tackles, missed assignments?
Yeah, no, I think Valdosta's been able to hit a couple one-on-one matchups there that, they got the play with BK Smith where he broke that first big one for the touchdown. I mean, they caught him in zero coverage, no help over the top, and one missed tackle. He was able to take it. Argo's been playing a lot of man. They've made a lot of plays, but in that man coverage, when you're singled up, if one guy, if you're beat, you're beat. There's not really a whole lot else, that you can do. So I think, got to be able to win those one-on-one matchups, and if not, then, got to soften up a little bit and not give up those homers.
We'll take another break. 21-21 our score. We'll be back with our interview with Jackson Blaylock here at halftime across both radio and our video sides of the broadcast. We're all even. We got a lot of football left to play on the UWF Sports Network. can. I'll just talk while we're waiting on the audio. I mean, the other stuff. Back with you here on the radio side of things. I think we're waiting for the TV side to come back, and they'll let us know here in a second. 1 minute left over there, so he's going to have to hold them. But 21-21 is our score here going into the second half of this one. Argonauts and Valdosta State all knotted up, and we've had some wild ones with the Blazers in the past, but this one's kind of sitting right there amongst them. Weird flow to this game, so we'll find out if the Argos, it's all about adjustments. Coach Shoemaker knows this. Coming out of the locker room, you got to have a plan to get, change what wasn't working for you, try to come up with something, both coaching staffs.
Yeah.
That's where you earn your money.
Yeah, you kind of take the halftime, kind of figure out what you did well, what you didn't do, what do you need to go back to. Don't overthink it. Go back to the things that were working. Make sure you don't get away from those things.
Caleb Nobles and company, I'm sure, in there, they kind of relish this a little bit, even though you'd rather be obviously up big and not having to sweat a 21-21 tie, but they'd love to come out of this and find a way to make this work. So we're getting ready to rejoin the TV here. And we're back, ready for second half action. 30 minutes of football left to play. Will Kennedy, Coach Kyle Shoemaker with you, 21-21. So basically, just starting back where we started a while ago. All even.
Yeah.
Just shorten the game a little bit, right?
That's right.
We've had all kinds of stuff. We've had defensive touchdowns.
Yeah.
We've had some big plays on both offenses, from both offenses. And now it's going to be who can take the upper hand here. You've seen the Argos rip off 14 straight points, and then you saw Valdosta do the same to tie the game up. Both teams scored late in the first half, and that's how we ended up at the 21-21 scoreline that we have now. So here we go. Ball on the tee. Thiel getting ready to kick this one off. Let the Argos, who won the toss, get it going here in the second half. Angled kick. Did it go out before the goal line?
Yeah.
Yes, it did. So it's going to be some good field position for the Argos out to the 35. That's one of those, seems like a little thing, but it can be a big mistake in the special teams game. You don't want to give any extra yards. I mean, they were doing such a nice job of banging the ball out the end zone earlier that Argos seemed to be starting a little bit deeper in their own end.
Yeah, you really don't want to give that Argo offense any better field position than you.
Short fields for sure.
Yeah.
I see
ball at the 25. But they've had, personal foul, things of that nature, giving the Argos the ball at the 40. And usually they're taking advantage of it.
So Pee Wee Jarrett brings the offense back out. I think we got our stat thing looking better. Let's see. Pee Wee, 6 of 14 in the first half. Un-Pee Wee-like as far as completion percentage, just 43%, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. So that's not too bad. John Giles, 3 catches for 60 yards. He's got the 2 scoring touchdowns. Pee Wee's run the ball well, 7 carries for 68 yards. Woods, 14 carries, but just 28 net yards. He's lost some yards on a couple plays as well. So here we go. First offensive play, they'll go back to the running game, and that's been the problem. Not much there for Jamontez Woods. He had a drive where he strung together a couple good runs, and then it's been a little bit backwards since then.
Yeah, big push there by the big D lineman, Elijah and Sparks there we were talking about earlier.
That's going to get a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 36. Valdosta will get to some of their stats. It was Edwards in the first half, 10 of 14, so he's at 71%, which is right where he lives, 161 yards. He ran in a touchdown as well. Jarrett back to throw, 2nd and 9. Quick out towards the sideline. He had Giles over there. It's going to be intercepted. It bounced off Giles, and the defender right there kept his toes down. And it was a beautiful job by Nick Jackson, the safety, of keeping his feet in bounds and coming up with the INT. And, wow, Valdosta gets the football right back.
Kind of another one of those fluke deals that Valdosta brought corner pressure, and Pee Wee saw it, tried to throw right at it, hit Giles. Not in a bad spot at all. I think right in his chest. It just happened to bobble around as him and the DB were struggling for it, and the safety in pursuit just happened to catch it as it was bumbling up in the air there. Just a crazy play.
Linebacker actually in coverage there, Terrell Dudley on John Giles. You like that matchup if you're the Argos. You would think that's something you'd want to take advantage of. They tried to throw it out there, but the coverage was good.
See if they try to take a shot
Valdosta
here.
From the 50. They will. Middle of the field, BK Smith. It's a big play. Inside the Argo 35, first down. DJ Barnes has to come up and make the tackle. marked that at the 33. 17-yard gain on first down.
BK Smith, they've been trying to really work him in the middle of the field. They've been using him a lot today. We've been calling his name a good amount.
Oh, he's having a heck of a game. In fact, Smith had 3 for 93 in the first half. I think that was before that catch. Back to throw again. Argo's not getting the pressure on Edwards. Byron Puryear does close on him. That one is out of the pocket, so you can just throw that away. But Puryear, there we were just saying, not really getting to Sammy Edwards. Nice job that time.
Right, yep. Sammy Edwards doing a good job of getting out of the pocket there, keeping that play alive as long as he could. Didn't like what he saw and then just threw it away there. But hot pursuit there by that Argo defensive line.
2nd and 10 now. Roll the offense back out. Edwards moves the running back from his right to left shoulder. 3 receivers, far side of the field, ball on the near hash. He goes back into the pocket. Pressure goes behind him. He's got a man in the middle of the field. It's I was going to say it was picked off. DJ Barnes had his hands on it. I thought he had it, and it came popping out at the last second. Good job in the coverage.
Absolutely. I was thinking the same thing. He was right underneath that post route, and it was thrown right. I mean, he saw it, read it. He had both of it right in the breadbasket and just couldn't hold on to it. He put his hands on his head afterwards. He was beating himself up over that one.
3rd and 10 from the 33. This is a key part of the field. You want to hold him right here. They'll pull it, RPO. Edwards looks to run. He's got pressure at his feet. Slides outside. Juice Williams is coming. Flags fly. Edwards still on his feet. He's going to get to the 30 and finally get knocked down there, but there's some flags behind the play. I got a feeling in this case usually somebody gets called with the hold.
Yeah, that tends to be what happens in these.
Nice job. I'll tell you what, he's got some escapability. Edwards got good feet.
He really does.
Yeah, Walker Robinson got thrown to the ground and then they're going to call the tight end. Noah Gillen with the hold there. So it was going to be a positive play. It was not going to be a first down, but you were going to be at the 30, maybe just inside the 30. Might be a field goal attempt, although I will tell you, Eston Thiel only 2 of 4 on field goals this season. He hasn't kicked a lot of them. So the Argos will take the penalty, back him out, and there's an injured player down on the field. Can't quite see who that is for the Argos. But the staff is out there working with him. It is Puryear.
Oh,
no, or is it Ortiz? No, it's Byron Puryear. He's up. He may have gotten an ankle a little bit.
Yeah, favoring something on that.
Yeah,
right
so they're
there.
going to help him kind of come off. Boy, you do not want to lose Byron Puryear. He's the guy that's really getting the pressure on quarterbacks right now. Sammy Edwards making him uncomfortable. So the Argos getting in there. I see Willie Jordan out there talking with the defense. Of course, unable to play this year, fighting off a nerve injury. Not sure what Willie's status is, when he'll be back, but he's out there talking with Gael Laurent. On the TV side, you can see it, but Aiden Sweat out there. This Argo defense without some big names, and I think it gets overshadowed by how well they've played to have lost some of the guys or not had some of the guys they expected to have coming into this season. Ball goes out to the 43, where it'll set up 3rd and 20 after the hold. And Edwards brings his offense to the line of scrimmage. Flowers is the back on his right shoulder. Everybody in tight in the formation, but there are 4 receivers kind of all in the slot area. They're going to work the middle of the field. Edwards is going to try to run, but he's going nowhere. It's a sack. Argos get to him. Beautiful job of collapsing the pocket. There's John McMullen. We hadn't called Big John's name, but John shows up just when you need him, slipping through, getting to Sammy Edwards and putting him on the ground.
Yeah, great play by that Argos front again. Coming up clutch when you needed it.
And they'll move it back. It's a loss of 5 on the sack. And that's going to bring up a 4th and a country mile, 4th and 25. And they'll force the punt from Botsford. So the Argos, this one's going to go in the 10, inside the 10 and out for the touchback. Yeah, they'll give him the touchback. Good coverage of hustling down there. That sets us up nicely to get back out there on the field after the touchback. Tell you what, you dodged the bullet on the interception. And we'll take a break with the two teams. Waiting to see them go out there. 2-minute break, 21-21 our score, 12-19 left in the third quarter on the UWF Sports Network. Woo. We needed that. We absolutely had to have that. Because after that first completion, I was like, oh, crap. I don't like this at all.
I know, they were rolling.
It's got to hold this longer. Back with you, ready to go. First down at the 20-yard line. Argos hold, force a punt after the interception. And they'll dump it off. Jackson Blaylock, he's going to have a 2-catch game. Have to have him on at halftime more often. Comes up with a nice play there, and that's good yards on first down to try to get something moving here. Got a injured player down behind the play. One of the Valdosta players trying to stretch out a little bit of a cramp back here. But I like that play on first down, Coach. And you mentioned it. He looks like a receiver, and let's get him the football.
Yeah, no doubt. You don't go broke taking a profit. Or get that completion out there to the tight end. Keep the chains moving. Positive yardage on first down.
8 yards on the play, so 2nd and 2. And those are the downs and distances that you love, right? 2nd and 2, you can take a shot down the field or whatever. But at this point, I feel like if you're the Argos, run the football, pick up a first down. Let's move the chains. Let's get things kind of in gear. It's felt disjointed here.
Yeah.
Since, midway, well, really that middle of the second quarter, it just kind of didn't feel right offensively.
Yeah, they call 2nd and 2. They call it a waste down because you can, if you can chuck it deep, you can throw it away almost. You could take a shot. And if you don't get anything, all of a sudden you're still in 3rd and short. So that's why.
Helping one of the DBs off the field here. Trying to see. Valdosta plays deep into their roster, as do the Argos for sure. That's Ryan Nixon, number 30, the DB. So, they're already past 2 deep on a lot of positions, as the Argos will do as well. So the offense walks back out. Jarrett repositions some wide receivers, 2 on each side of the set here. Leggett and Offord on one side. I'm trying to see up top, KJ Franklin. Looks like they may have bring a man in motion. It's Offord across the set. Jarrett takes it. They'll hand off. Dancing around the side. Woods is going to pick up first down and then some across the 35. Gets hit, goes out of bounds, but that's a nice play on 2nd and short. Like I said, let's just move to the chain.
Yep.
Good play, good push up front, and nice burst by Jamontez Woods to get outside. Out to the 37, gain of 9. It's a first down. Argos set it up again. Same formation. Ball on the near hash. They'll check out a 1 play. Look over to the sideline.
Looks like we got a little pass coming here. Those out linemen are in those high stances. Oh, fooled me.
They got you. The run does not get Valdosta, although the first guy through gets a hit, and that's Tyler Moorhead on Jamontez, but he's down and trying to fight off something. Maybe got his shoulder there the way he's getting up. But nice job by Moorhead of sliding through the hole and meeting Woods, but I think he took the business end of that hit. No gain. 2nd and 10. Those are the ones that hurt, where you like having a 2nd and 2. You do not like having a 2nd and 10. Maybe they should have thrown it, Coach.
Maybe so, yeah.
They'll run 3 receivers to the far side of the field. Single back is Jamontez Woods sitting on Jarrett's now left shoulder. Leggett's got single coverage down on the bottom. He runs a little bit of a slant. Jarrett slides up in the pocket. They're going to get to him from behind, but not before he, oh my gosh. Pee Wee Jarrett just destroyed in the open field. You're not going to want to watch this film if your name is Philip Starks and you're the linebacker, because quarterbacks aren't supposed to do this to you, but Pee Wee Jarrett just did. Oh my gosh, just leveled Starks with a forearm, but then had our boy Olajuwon on his back.
Unbelievable.
That does not feel good if you're Pee Wee to have 350-plus pounds, a big boy. Maybe they're related. That was two Sparks, Philip Sparks and Olajuwon Sparks. Maybe big brother was looking out for little brother.
Could be.
On that play. That's a nice gain. It's going to pick up 6 out to the 43. It'll set up a 3rd and 4th. Big play right here. Both sides. Can the Argos keep this drive moving? Jarrett, designed run, but nothing doing. Slides back inside. He's not going to get the first down. He's going to get across the 45. Is he a yard or two short? I don't know. Argos look like they want to keep the offense out there. Yes, they do. Jarrett looked like he was getting stopped in the backfield, danced away from one guy, got upfield, and they'll give him the 45. So gain of 2, 4th and 2. You trust in your defense a lot right here.
Yeah, your own territory. Argos have gotten it before. Like to call on Pee Wee in these situations to run the ball.
Jarrett and Giles stacked up towards the Argos sideline. They're going to run it to Pee Wee. Pee Wee, flags fly behind, though. This one's going to come back. And it's a mistake up front. It's a flag that kills what would have been a first down. And now you're probably going to have to roll your punt team out there. Jarrett got the momentum, went to the left side of that line. Again, Pee Wee's punishing defenders the way he's running the football right now.
Sure is. He is a physical runner.
And Jackson Blaylock's over talking to the officials. He's like, hey, I was in the right place. They're going to call a legal formation, I believe, the way Jarrett's talking with the officials. He's like, wait a second. Yep, legal formation is the call. That cost the Argos a first down. It's a 5-yarder, so it's going to be 4th and 7. That's a killer. A killer penalty.
I'd like to see that one more time.
And now you will have the punting team come out. Sometimes it's the 15-yarders, sometimes it's those little ones. And the Argos had dodged the bullet on the interception, and then it felt like had a little momentum. We're moving the football. Now Logan Gregory comes out, stands at his own 25, awaiting the snap. Don Vellante, the long snapper. Great snap back to Logan. Logan gets this kick into the air. It's hit well. Xavier Williams is going to catch it in his own end. He's going to try to cut to his right. Good job by getting down there. How about the long snapper? Don Vellante gets down and makes the tackle. Snap the football, run the field, make the tackle. It's just that simple.
Two for one guy.
We'll take a break with the two teams. 8:34 left. 21-21 is our score as we look at the tackle one more time right here on the UWF Sports Network. A little bit, not a ton. I was looking at stats a little bit. See, this is where I start getting nervous. When we start running time off the clock, and it stays like this, and you're like, all it takes is, the deeper you get into the game, all it takes is one weird play. And, Yeah. But you stack enough of those up, though, and it gets harder and harder to get out of your own way. We've been calling Harris's name all over the place. He's been good. We'll let it finish. Yeah. Welcome back in Penn Air Field in Pensacola, Florida. 21-21 our score. 8:34 left in the third quarter. Valdosta starts this drive at their own 14 after some great kick coverage. Run on first down right in the middle of the line. Flowers bottled up quickly. Good job by that Argo defensive front of jumping in there. Kenny Martin, number 92, I believe, is the man who gets his arms around Flowers, gets him to the ground. A little help from Byron Puryear, but great job by Kenny.
Yeah, a little interior game there by the defensive line, and left Kenny Martin wide open there for a nice play.
Gain of 1, second down and 9. Edwards awaits the snap. Flowers a single back, 4 receivers out, 2 on each side of the set. He's looking over to his right. He's got a man in the air. Ralph Ortiz gets his shoulder, trying to bring him to the ground, and does on Council Allen. No, that's going to cost. One of the Valdosta offensive linemen gets in there late, pushes, that's the center, Michael Murata, pushes Ralph Ortiz, who's trying to just get up off the pile.
Ralph Ortiz looked like he was trying to wrestle a calf to the ground there. He was
good strength by Council Allen, the receiver, who's 5'10", only 170, but Ralph just had him up high, was just trying to get him down to the ground.
Yeah.
I don't know, those are tough ones. I was taught to slide down the body and get to the waist and bring him to the ground, but
yeah, sometimes you just get caught in those awkward situations.
So we're going to see where the penalty was going to bring the ball. It's unnecessary roughness, half the distance to the goal line. It'll back them up and it'll make it third down.
That's going to be a big move backwards for these
because
guys.
that's one that happens after the play is over. So it's not, you don't get the down back. He dragged Ralph to near the first down, not quite there, but then you get this penalty at the end. So yeah, it's a big one. It keeps it third down and puts it at the 10.
Argo's walked up showing pressure here.
Let's see. 3rd and 14. Here comes some pressure. Scrambling out. Sammy Edwards is looking. Byron Puryear's on his back. Knocks the football loose. It goes out of bounds. But Byron Puryear with that closing speed. I don't think Sammy Edwards knew that number 11 was right behind him.
No, Byron Puryear was hot on his trail. Came up. Beautiful play. Coming from behind and having the wherewithal to also strip the ball out. Unfortunately, it went out of bounds. But
I think Edwards was about to throw it, or maybe throw it away. Yeah, he was going. No, he was running. Good job by Byron, but he had help over there too. He wasn't alone. We were just saying the Argos really didn't feel like they were getting the kind of pressure we're used to seeing from them. And it looks like the ball, that was a loss of 2. So give a sack to Byron Puryear. Back to the 8-yard line, and now Botsford's got a punt from deep in his own end zone. Not quite on the back line, but he's back there. It's a shorter drop than normal, a little bit of a rugby style. Comes out and takes a sideways bounce. Not going to be a great kick. It's going to be in Valdosta territory as they run into Virgil at the end of this one.
Big late hit from behind.
Yeah, no flags.
87. No, they got it right there.
They did. Yeah. I didn't see the flag, but that why? Why would you hit Virgil Emmons at that point with the ball going out of bounds? Argo's going to get
deep on our own. Yeah. Maybe it was Virgil.
So it was behind the play a little bit, but
87 back here.
Yeah, what's going on behind the play?
So far back here, 87, right in front of the ref.
So they get 87. They get the tight end, Noah Gillen there. So some big penalties. One that backed up the offense, and now one that's going to give the Argos some really good field position. And here it comes. Can you take advantage of this at this point? Now, that wasn't much of a hit on Virgil. We're watching it here. They just kind of ran into him, but Virgil, to his credit, went down. I think it was behind the play.
Actually back here. Yeah. You can't see it on the TV.
Our man Gillen was running away from it looking like, what, me? No, I didn't do anything. Nothing bad happened there.
Nothing to see here. Everybody move along.
39-yard line will be where the Argos start this drive. So they are right there where you want to be already. Now, can you take advantage of it? 1st and 10. Jarrett brings the offense out. Blaylock sits off the right side of the line at the tight end position, offset a little bit. 2 receivers near side of the field, ball on the far hash. It's Giles and Leggett. Bussey's in the backfield. Here comes some pressure. Pee Wee steps up. He's looking first throw. He's got Giles middle of the field.
He had Giles.
He had Giles. Pee Wee underthrew him. John had to kind of come back for the football. The defender ran into him. I think a lot of fans want the call, and they're probably not wrong.
Yeah, that was.
As Giles is waiting on the football, that's interference. It has to be. That's just the way it's supposed to be. And the man who interfered with Giles is down in the end zone trying to stretch himself out. That's I'm upset if I'm the coaching staff, too, on that one. Although you feel like John, maybe it was how much it was underthrown. Sometimes you got to come back and really try to make a play on the football to get that call.
You don't usually see Pee Wee underthrow the deep ball. And, it was, Giles had his man beat by probably 2 steps. And he saw it pretty quickly and just slightly underthrown there. And unfortunately, no call for the PI that would have helped there too. But that was going to be a touchdown right there.
You like taking the shot. I like it. You come up with a big defensive stand, you get the penalty, try to take a shot at the end zone. But now the catch becomes you got to keep moving the football.
Yeah.
You at least would like to get into field goal range here, if nothing else, to try to put some points on the board and get in front in this game.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. Great field position right now in your opponent's 40-yard line, and got a little margin for error here, but
Almost feels to me, Coach, like in modern football, at least now, right, and the way the Argos have played this game, Coach Nobles and company, it's 4-down territory.
Yeah.
At the 39, we've already seen them go for it, in this part of the field a couple times on 4th down. So you take a shot on 1st down with the thought that we've got 3 more downs to try to get to move the chains.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. And even if you don't get it, your defense has been playing. I mean, you got the #1 defense in the league. You can lean back on them. Should be able to, get you out of a bad situation.
Here we are, 6:51 left, 21-21 our score. It's still all on the balance. We're talking like it's a done deal, but there's a lot of football left to play. Bussey's the running back. Jarrett takes the snap, pulls it, little RPO. He's looking towards tight end, but then he looks down the field, fires it, has a man. It's KJ Franklin inside the 25. It's going to be a 1st down. Nice catch and throw from Pee Wee Jarrett and KJ Franklin. Just found his guy sitting there inside in the zone.
He had Blaylock too, but not going to take the short one if he could take the deeper one.
Franklin, just a little too much room left for KJ there. KJ, nice camera work down there too, by the way. Beautiful job. Ball at the 22, so it's a gain of 17 right there. Moves the chains, 1st down. You're right there in the green red zone, whatever we want to call it. Blaylock off the left side of the line. He runs a quick little out route. He's looking down the field. He's got Leggett going towards the end zone.
Oh, wow.
Leggett, you can't tell me that the defender didn't have one of his hands because he could only reach out with one arm to try to catch it. How do you miss that as an official back there?
Did look like he had him hooked on one of those.
There's no way Caden Leggett doesn't get both hands out there if he's not hooked. Yeah, defender had his right arm pulled back behind him.
Yeah.
And Leggett unable to make the catch. Again, like the shot. Let's take the shot there after picking up the 1st down. Try to get to the end zone. Caden had a step. That was a better throw than the one to Giles from Pee Wee. But Pee Wee's still struggling a little bit trying to find his receivers. For every good throw, there seem to be 2 that just quite aren't there. They'll run it. Bussey gets away from the first guy. Pee Wee trying to throw a block. Somehow Jalen stays on his feet. Oh, face mask. Flag comes in. He's gone the wrong way. He's all over the field. And Valdosta bottled that play up, did a great job of pushing Bussey backwards, but they killed themselves with a face mask. It was clear as day.
Yeah, and coach is over there on the sidelines with his hands on his knees looking at the ground. He knows it, and he knew they had great pursuit and just shot themselves in the foot with that face mask right there.
I'll tell you what, it's tough, though, as a defender. Jalen Bussey's probably 5'4", 5'5". He's right there at that height where your arms are right there
level,
at face mask level. It's kind of easy to do it. But what a job by Jalen of just keeping that play alive. At one point, he's flipping back around the field and didn't go down. So by not going down, he's able to draw the penalty.
Right. And these are the things that Valdosta really can't afford. They've had some critical 15-yard penalties here, a couple in these last couple drives here, and you just can't spot the Argos.
Was going to be a negative play, coach, is now at the 11-yard line.
Yeah.
Not a 1st down and goal to go because they could get a 1st down at the 1. But you got a feeling like the Argos want to take this game in the hands right here. Grab a hold of it. Jarrett brings him to the line. They're tight. Got two up on the far side of the field. That's where he's looking. Drops back, throws it. Back shoulder to Giles. Giles can't come up with the catch. It was a perfect position on the back shoulder throw. Good coverage over there.
Yeah,
by Evan Vaughn.
Yeah. Argo's trying to get Giles in a one-on-one situation there, just with him and Leggett outside, trying to get a little bit of a rub there. And
Giles,
pretty good ball.
Yeah,
just,
it's a great
just
ball.
didn't come down with it.
John's momentum was still leaning upfield where the throw was back shoulder. If he puts his foot in the ground and comes back to the football, he probably makes that play.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So they'll go second down, 10 to go from the 11. After taking every new first down has been let's take a shot, and then we'll see what goes from there.
Yeah.
They're going to run it. Jarrett to the right side, gets into a defender again inside the 10 after running over our man Harris again. He's there, he gets another tackle, but he pays the price for it.
Yeah. Harris has been active this game.
He has, but oh my gosh, he put his head down on Pee Wee and just kind of got buried again. Takes it inside the 10. Let's see where the official spot of this football is. To the 7. Gain of 4. And it's third down coming up here. Can get a first down if they can get to the 1 yard line. Jarrett looking to throw it, has a slant, gets away. That ball he had Leggett inside position.
Yeah. And
just sailed it.
Just right out of the reach of Leggett's hands there. Leggett had a step or two on his guy, and just out of sync right there.
If he puts it in, and there was nobody coming, he just sailed it on him. If he puts it on Caden Leggett, it's a touchdown. And that's going to bring out, from the 7 yard line, that's going to bring out a field goal attempt for Griff Sarah. 24 yarder, right in his wheelhouse. Griff's been good this season. He's now at 4 of 6, long of 36. So this is right there where you want it. Not too different from a PAT, but got to have all the parts of it. Don Vellante to Logan Gregory, snap to hold. It's down, the kick is up.
It looked like it was just outside.
And it's no good. They wave it off. He missed it from 24 yards. And this game just gets weirder with every passing moment. No points. Argos get the ball, start that drive at the Valdosta 39, and come away with no points. We'll take a break. We'll keep this one here. I think this is a short 1 minute. We'll keep it here for this one. We've taken our 2 already. Just keep it right here. Well, Coach, that hurts right there. That's one that you're going to look back, depending on how this game shakes out. That's a key moment.
It is. I mean, there was, I don't have it in front of me here how many penalties there were on that drive, but Valdosta certainly spotted UWF some yardage there, and got to be able to finish those. They were not.
As wild as this game was with points and stuff in the first half, we have yet to see a point here after the missed field goal. So we're still 21-21 with 4:44 to play. Valdosta is going to get in the third quarter, get the football back here, start this drive from their 20 after the miss. And so you're riding your defense a little bit. I'm not going to say I'm surprised that Coach Nobles, that Caleb runs out Griff Sarah to try to get some points on the board and take the lead, but it almost felt like from there, might as well just go for it. And
right.
if you don't come up with it, you're pinning them down at the 5 yard line.
Yep.
So Valdosta will bring the offense back out. Sammy Edwards, 3 receivers towards his own sideline, far side of the field. Single down low, ball's on the near hash. Edwards with a running back moving from his right to left shoulder. Set to take the snap. The Argos bring 1 extra man. Now some delayed pressure, and they get in the face. Byron Puryear again of Sammy Edwards, forcing him just to get rid of the football. Sammy Edwards is starting to look a little bit like 2 or 3 other quarterbacks. Patrick Shegog last week, and Dylan Ramirez up at North Greenville, who by the end of the game felt like, I don't want to play a whole lot anymore. And that one right on the borderline. No flag was thrown, but Byron Puryear got a shoulder into him after the football was away. But that's bang, bang. We're watching in slow motion.
Yeah.
We really are. And I'll always give to the defender. Fumbled snap. Edwards comes up with it somehow. He runs and starts to slide, and Ralph Ortiz gets into him. That's a tough one because that was such a late slide. What a great job, by the way, of scooping this ball off the deck by Sammy Edwards. That ball got loose. It could have easily been recovered by the Argos. No, actually, Ralph Ortiz hits him before he starts sliding.
Hey. That was quite a
He
physical
took
hit
a
there by
pop right
Ortiz.
there. No doubt about it. Where's
And
the football is marked
the
at
replay,
the 22, so it's 3rd and 8. Big play right here for both squads. The Argos try to come with some pressure up the side. They've got a man down the field. BK Smith beat Virgil Lemons off the line, kind of stumbled, and the ball was already gone. It was a timing throw, so it ends up being an incompletion, but that had danger Will Robinson written all over it.
Yeah, definitely. Argos showed a little pressure on that last one and then bluffed out of it. Kind of spooked that quarterback into throwing it maybe a little sooner than he wanted to. But
so you miss the field goal from 24 yards. You get the 3 and out. You bring Botsford back out to punt. But we're still sitting at 21-21, and now you're creeping up to the end of the 3rd quarter, and it's getting a little tight. Getting a little tight in here. This jacket used to fit. Whistles blow, flags fly. And we'll see what the damage is. You're looking at a 4th and 8. So you could afford to jump, maybe, if you're the Argos, and give up the 5, but no, there's the officials are all over talking near the Valdosta sideline. The Argos really haven't been coming after punts that aggressively.
No, they brought a little pressure on that one that Valdosta was backed up in, but other than that, really haven't. You're right, they haven't brought a whole lot. Botsford, a very good punter.
Oh, no, he's done a great job. Pee Wee Jarrett, by the way, 8 of 21. I mean, coming into this game, 60% completions. That's the 38% clip. 134 yards, the 2 touchdowns. Does have the 1 interception, but that one bounced off a defender.
There's no foul on the play for substitution as the whistle blew before the snap. Resetting the play, 4th down.
4th down, so no foul. Pick it up, no substitution issue. And the Argos set to get the football back. There's Virgil Lemons standing back in his own end. It'd be a nice time for a big punt return.
Yeah, I'd take that.
Marcus Clayton's here in the building. You know, shades of that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
A big kick return right here. Botsford, another nice one. Drives Lemons back. He's going to take this about his own 20. Gets his hands on it. Does have a little bit of a seam, a little bit of a lane. Still on his feet. Finally gets dragged down. It's not a gigantic return, but it's out to midfield. And the Argos get some nice field position to get rolling here. Flags come flying in late. Lemons' helmet is off at the end of the play. He didn't take it off. It got pulled off. And we'll see what the call is with this. But let's watch the return. Really nice job. He got driven back. But you mentioned Coach Botsford can really kick it. Comes up. Don't see a blocking issue anywhere around the ball. And then his helmet was off on the ground.
Real late. It looks like 13 for –
ball right now sits at the 48.
It looks like maybe Robert Riley might have.
Robert Riley. Who got burned on a big play earlier. Now takes a penalty in the kicking game. And so instead of starting out at the 48-yard line, he backed this thing up to the 35 or so. And it wasn't really a shove. He was just, this is what happens. They call it both ways because we saw it called the other way. So the Argos, we're looking at a really nice starting position for this next drive. Instead, they'll back up to the 37, which is still okay, but it's not midfield. 3:38 left in the quarter. 21-21 is our score. Argos bring the offense back out. Both teams just kind of have felt stuck, although the Argos got a nice drive, got it down inside the 10, but missed a field goal. Really, outside of that, that's been all the offense in the 3rd quarter, that one drive for the Argos. They'll run it, big hole, across the 40, out to the 43. Jamontez Woods with a nice run on 1st down. Gain of 6 or so, should be 2nd and 4 coming up. You start accumulating the running game. We haven't seen Valdosta really run the football at all. At some point, Coach, doesn't this take a little bit of a toll on the defense?
Yeah, it does. It, nice little wind back run there by the that Argo offense there. But, yeah, definitely. Eventually those runs, you start falling forward. the tackle soften up a little bit. You end up getting an extra 2-3 yards.
2nd and 4. See if they go right back to it. They will. Not much room there. He's going to get a decent spot here. They'll get him across the 45. They're going to give him the 46. Gain of 3. It'll set up a 3rd and 1. That looked like there was nowhere to go, so give the credit to Jamontez Woods for just chopping his feet and keeping it moving. Basically running over, I think that's Oak Stipe in the middle there, his own center.
Good thing they got those knee braces on. You hate to see those O-linemen get rolled up on.
Yeah. Well, he did the smart thing. They just stayed on the ground.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm going to tell you, we've got Ben Freeman, Chop from right to left. At the right side of that line, Freeman and Chop. You've got Oak Stipe at center. Nash Nelson has slid in there, that left guard position, and then Jacob Bruce over at left tackle. 2 tight ends off the right side of this line. They're going to run Pee Wee that way. Oh, plenty of room over there. They open up a nice hole. Jarrett puts his head down, gets out to midfield, picks up 4. It's a first down Argos. And that's what I'm talking about, Coach. I mean, you could see that coming. They stacked the 2 tight ends over on the right. There's nothing Valdosta could do to stop it.
No, it's tough to slow down the old power run game with Pee Wee Jarrett over there.
You said earlier, it introduces something else when your quarterback becomes part of the running game. You've got an advantage blocking-wise.
Yeah, you definitely do. +1 in the run game.
We'll see what they do here. Midfield, right on that stripe. I said about 5 or 6 times a game last week. I said we'll be at the 50. I can just call it for you already. Argos will run it. C.J. Wilson gets in there. They're going to say he was down. The whistle came way late. C.J. just kept on trucking, but this will go for like a 2-yard gain, but he kept his feet moving. Jamontez and C.J. are different. Let's see. No, I don't know. Forearmers on the ground. That's, I think, what they're going to call. But Pee Wee and, C.J. and Jamontez, different type of runner. Although they're both big and they're both physical, C.J. gives you a little bit more of a burst. Jamontez maybe a little bit more strength. And we're going to go 0 protection here. 3 receivers, putting the tight end up on the top side, far side of the field, 2 down low. Jarrett back to throw. Pressure comes, finds a man in the middle. He's got K.J. Franklin, and they give him a you better give me a better spot than that. Come on.
Really hoping to see K.J. Franklin just
get away from
break
him.
that tackle. I'd like to see that youngster open up and run. He's fast.
Nice job on the tackle. That's a linebacker, Terrell Dudley, in there. And they're going to say 3rd and 1 as we're closing in on the end of the 3rd quarter. Give them the 41-yard line. It's a big play. And the Argos may just let this run out. They will. That'll bring us here to the end of the 3rd quarter. 21-21 is our score. Argos are on the move. Tie football game. Blazers, Argos, we got 15 minutes of football coming your way to decide this one on the UWF Sports Network. I thought we'd be ahead by now, Coach.
I kind of did too.
Totally. I know that last drive, man. Woo. To come up with nothing. Wow, they buried Mississippi College. North Greenville. welcome back in. 21-21 our score, 15 minutes of football left to play. Argos and Blazers, top 25 matchup. Both teams trying to stay at the top of the GSC standings. And there's everything left on the table. Someone's just got to get a hold of this thing, and hopefully it's the Argos. On the move here as we flip from the third to the fourth quarter. They're facing a 3rd and 1 at the 41-yard line. Keep moving the chains here as they are into Valdosta territory, but missed a field goal, got inside the 10 their last offensive possession, came away with no points. This feels like a game the Argos could be up by 2 touchdowns, but instead we got a lot left to decide here in this one. Jarrett brings him out. Running back on his left shoulder is C.J. Wilson. They need 1 yard. Tight end off the left side of the formation, Jackson Blaylock. They've got the receivers. They'll run it with Jarrett. Jarrett puts his head down, dives through, gets across the 40 to the 39. It's a first down. It'll move the chains. Didn't need a whole lot, didn't get a whole lot.
Yeah, you know, a lot of NFL teams, a lot of people doing the tush push these days. Not the Argos. They just put their trust in Pee Wee Jarrett and let him move, run forward. They don't need the tush push.
When that train gets rolling down the tracks, it may not be moving all that fast, but it's hard to, at least my man's going to fall forward for a yard or 2.
Yeah, he's probably more effective with some momentum than he is with just a quarterback sneak.
You can see at the end of that play on the video side of this thing, one of the DBs got bumped into by a lineman, threw himself in the air like he's playing soccer.
And, a little basketball flop
was
there.
Trying to pick up, that cheap one. Jarrett back to throw. He's got time. He's looking down the field. Fires this one towards the end zone. Just overthrows. Good double coverage on John Giles. They had 2 defenders back there with him. Caleb Sutherland, one of them. The other one was 21. Trying to see who that was that rolled in. Phillip Sparks. Phillip Sparks, the linebacker. So making sure they know where John Giles is, probably a good idea for Coach Jackson and his defensive staff.
Yeah, they've been giving a tremendous amount of respect to Giles and Leggett all night. They've been playing with those safeties out real wide over both those guys, just trying to talk Pee Wee out of taking an immediate shot to those guys as best they can.
Giles with a couple touchdowns already in this game. Zach Alford goes in motion behind Pee Wee. Pee Wee gets rolling behind a block by CJ, takes it across the 30. 35 to the 30. See where they mark him. Yeah, inside the 30 to the 29. Great run. That will be a first down for the Argos. Got enough to move the chains. Needed 10, got 10.
Yeah. Feels like Pee Wee's
he's running the ball super fast. He's got to be getting near 100.
Yeah. Feels like he's got a lot of carries.
13 carries for 86 is what they have him with our latest stats, and that's effective. You'll take a 6.6 yard a carry clip, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
1st and 10 at the 29. Argos on the move again. They've had the better offense here in the second half at least. Takes the snap, pulls it, got pressure coming, just throws it down. That's the play. I think back to the Florida A&M game, you were along for the ride. That's the kind of play that Jeremy Musa, the A&M quarterback, would make. You don't see anything, just throw it at the feet and let's go on to the next play.
Yep, sometimes that's the best thing that you can do in those situations. The Valdosta brought some good pressure right there, and Pee Wee saw it quickly and just got rid of it.
10th play of this drive coming up here. And the Argos really need to get some points out of this thing as they got this thing with 3:38 left in the third quarter, and it's 13-18 left in the game now. They're chewing up some time again. They did that last week against Valdosta, but you got to have the points. They run middle of the line. Wilson cuts it back. He's got room. 20 to the 10 to the 5. C.J. Wilson in for the touchdown. Argos take the lead.
Wow. Great run by C.J. Wilson right there. Incredible balance, vision.
29 yards. It looked like he was dead about 2 yards up the field. Got through that, and then we were talking about the difference between Jamontez and CJ being the burst that CJ has. He showed you the burst here. We got a replay here. Yeah, he stopped, and then he just gets away from everybody. Jacob Bruce kind of seals it off, made some men miss in the second, third level, and then gets into the end zone. C.J. Wilson, you know you're feeling it. That thigh bruise contusion doesn't feel as bad when you go 29 for the touch.
Not when that adrenaline's pumping like that. No, sir.
Kick is up, and it is good. We're ready to take another break. Argos are now on top by 7, 28-21, 13:08 left in this football game on the UWF Sports Network. Welcome back into Penn Air Field in Pensacola, Florida. 13:08 left in this football game. Argos have now taken the lead 28-21. That scoring drive, 10 plays, 63 yards, 5:20 off the clock, and capped by a C.J. Wilson 29-yard touchdown run. First real big running play of the day, but the Argos have run it incredibly effectively. How about 38 times for 158 yards? And Coach Shue was just pointing out to me as Logan Gregory boots this in the air. It will be returnable from the 5. Bullard takes it up the sideline. He's got some room, cuts it back in the middle of the field. He's still on his feet. They're going to get some good field position out of this return. Finally taken down there by Joel Vargas. But, Coach, you were telling me, and now I'm seeing it here, 11 attempts for negative 11 yards. That is the rushing totals for Valdosta. They've just stopped even trying to run the football.
Yeah.
But I guess when your average run is -1, it makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, yeah.
Big return. That's probably what Valdosta needed to kind of come out and answer. And they'll start from the 47. So that was a nice job by Bullard.
Yeah, monster return by the speedster.
Turning it loose and getting his team started out near midfield. But the Argos have been great on defense here in the second half. Can they keep that going? They'll try to run it here. This might be their first positive running play in a while. It is Flowers. He'll turn up into Argo territory down to the 45, so that's going to be a gain of 8. My gosh. It's like a 90-yard run considering what's been going on.
Right. Big run.
Should set up a 2nd and 2. A nice job of getting some momentum back after the Argos went on that long touchdown drive. Everybody tight in the formation here. Argos get a good push up the middle. They throw a quick out. They're going to get the first down. Well, that's a heck of a throw by Sammy Edwards. Threads it to B.K. Smith between Ralph Ortiz and Gael Laurent. Really nice ball. Just a nice little easy route up the field. Takes it down inside the 40 to the 38 where it will be 1st and 10. So Valdosta trying to answer right back and do it quickly in this extremely strange football game that we find ourselves involved in here. Argos love to get some pressure here, come up with a negative play and kind of stymie what Valdosta's got going on. Argos do bring some pressure off the edge. They're coming hard for Edwards. Edwards has a man down the field, gets it to Hurst. He's hit immediately by Elijah Williams, but what a great job by Sammy Edwards of feeling that pressure, flushing to his left and finding a man.
It really was, yeah. Ortiz was coming hot off the edge, and
he had Walker
really
Robinson and a bunch of others in his face. Did they
Yeah.
get? Yeah, he got that was a 10-yard completion.
really good job.
First
by
down to the
Edwards there,
28.
keeping that play alive and getting something positive.
Fresh set of downs. Inside that green zone now. Can Valdosta continue to be so good in this part of the field? Edwards finds Flowers on a little dump, tries to cut it back. He's going to get some positive yardage, gets up to the inside the 30 to the 25. So gain of 3, 2nd and 7 on the pass play. A little screen. Nice job by Walker Robinson of making sure he got him to the ground before he could get any more. Second down coming. They go quickly. They put Flowers back there like he was going to take a snap. Now they're going 2 backs. Flowers on one side, the big tight end on the other. And then they kind of slow it down a little bit. They look to throw, going towards the end zone. Has a man there. The ball was floating. That ball felt like it was up there for forever, Coach.
It was, yeah. It did feel like it was up there for a little bit.
I felt like I wanted to run over there and make a play on it. Goes as an incompletion. It'll be 3rd and 7, so big one here. Decent coverage over there. Eli was running with Ted Hurst, but now you've got 3rd down and 7 at the 25. I mean, you're in field goal range potentially, although both teams right now feel like probably it's a little bit of a crapshoot with kicking some field goals.
Yeah. Argos up showing pressure.
Yeah, look,
here.
selling a little pressure. Let's see if they do it or back off. They will back out of it. They come with just the regular pressure. They're going to get to him. What a great job by, yes, sir, Byron Puryear continues to be the game wrecker.
Just having a
for
great
the Argos.
night. Great night.
Looked like Edwards was going to slide forward, Coach, as he's done a couple times to just get away from this, but no, Byron Puryear just gets him to the ground, trips him up. Big sack, loss of 6 back to the 31. Another sack for Byron.
Big field goal here for
yeah, this one's going to be, where are we, 40?
about
48?
48, yeah. Got it.
He knocked it through. 48-yarder. His long was 44. Eston Thiel gets it to go. We'll take a break. Got our red hat walking out. We're tossing to break. 28-24 our score. 9:47 left to play on the UWF Sports Network.
GSC and Cal, 50-43. With 3.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Cal's got the ball down 7.
Joey, where are we? Oh, no worries. I knew we weren't there yet, but I was just. We welcome you back in. 28-24 is our score. 4-point lead for the Argos. 9:47 left in this football game. Valdosta goes 7 plays, 48-yard field goal, runs 3:10 off the clock. They got to the 25 of the Argos and then stalled out there. Sacked by Byron Puryear, backed him up. This one comes off the face mask of the return man. It's trouble. Brennan Cook, the freshman wide receiver, caught that one with his helmet and had to scoop it up. I think he was looking, I'm going to run this all the way back, and it didn't quite happen that way. So now the Argos get kind of pinned up deep in their own end. They're going to have to try to find some room as that ball's at the 9. Yeah, that's a little bit of a mistake in the return game.
Yeah, not what we've gotten.
Look at this here. Oh, boy.
Today, yeah.
Fortunately, he had time to get on it and not turn it over.
Yeah, Valdosta was on that quick. That could have been bad.
Pee Wee Jarrett brings him out. Sets up his offense inside their own 10. First down at the 9. They'll run it. Got a little burst, got some room. C.J. Wilson again across the 15 to the 20. He's going to get a first down, and you know what? Forget being inside the 10. C.J. Wilson's feeling the flow right now.
Yeah. He is. There's no doubt.
Coming off a 29-yard touchdown run. Great job. What a great job of blocking by Ben Freeman. Stood up the end, gave C.J. plenty of room to get outside, and he gets some damage done out to the 22-yard line. Gain of 13, first down Argos. C.J. starting to crank it up. And again, it was mainly Jamontez Woods early in this one. And now C.J. Wilson has jumped in. He's now got 6 carries for 60 yards, averaging 10 yards a carry. Man. The Argos are doing what they did last week, Coach, letting the clock run. Play clock down to 4. Game clock pushing 9. C.J. Wilson, big hole again. Out across the 30, 35, makes a man miss. Gets tripped up there, ball is on the ground. What are they going to say? In trying to gain an extra yard, did he lose the football? No, he did not. The umpire steps right in. Ben Freeman is pointing at their bench, pointing in the direction of the Argos are going and doing I'll call it a dance. I'm being generous. It's another first down for the Argos. How about that burst from C.J. Wilson? I'm not saying that I'm Nostradamus, Coach, but we talked about what the Argos did through the first 3 quarters.
Yeah.
Pounding away. Javontes Woods, Pee Wee Jarrett just grinding and being physical with the defenders.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you're seeing the big gash plays in the running game, 10 yards, 13 yards, 30-yard touchdown.
Yeah, definitely. You just got to keep chipping away at it. Eventually they'll pop. Keep getting those positive yards plays. And
15-yarder on this run, and we see the end of it here. He tries to cut back. I will tell you this, and there's a hand down on the ground. Yeah, elbow hit, so it's not a fumble.
They did throw the challenge flag. So
yeah, but you're not getting that one. His elbow with the ball is down on the ground. We haven't seen anything overturned.
Yeah, that's the right call by the ref there.
Here's my thing, though. When you're in traffic like CJ just was, that ball was a little bit loose. I don't know. They used to call that the old chicken wing.
Yeah.
I need to see you cover that thing up. I get it around defenders. Don't you want 2 arms on that football?
Yeah, the defensive guy in me always feels like cover that thing up. Nah. But
he was trying to get a couple extra yards, but, that's the thing. We've seen that happen where sometimes you're trying to get that extra yardage and that ball can come loose. This one should be sticking the Argos' way. The call on the field is he was down by contact.
Massive hole there.
Great replays. Great job by our crew again. But, yeah, he gets up in the air. It's clear the ground that causes a fumble. It's not any player involved in it.
Yeah, the refs both saw it right away.
Definitely, if you're Valdosta, you're hoping against all hope. You'd like the football back here. But this one's been a wild one. We're tied up 21-21 at the half. Get through the third quarter. We got no scoring. Argos start a drive late in the third quarter with 3:38 left. Roll that into the fourth quarter. Ends up being a touchdown drive capped by a 29-yard C.J. Wilson touchdown run. Valdosta comes right back, drives down, gets a 48-yard field goal. So it's a heck of a football game. It's a 4-point lead for the Argos right now. Pending this call, they're on the move.
How many angles are they looking at? Are they just looking at the same TV copy that we got?
Yeah, ruling on the field is confirmed. They've got, and we had all kinds of great replays of that one. Sometimes I know it's a little tough. That one not shielded out middle of the field. We got looks from down low and up high. And kudos to the crew here. All our folks running cameras. Quez is up there. Jack Passione on the camera in the end zone. We got Mike Shantz down on the field. Yeah, people making it happen everywhere.
They've got access to all that?
Yeah, they got access to all of that. And there's one even further down the other end we're not using for broadcast because it's too far away.
Perfect.
First down now, ball at the 37. Argos on the move. It's all been C.J. Wilson on this drive. Started at the 9. We're already out to the 37, running behind number 8. Riding with number 8. And they'll try it again, and Wilson gets just destroyed early. I mean, literally, you had 3 Valdosta players there as the handoff was being made.
Yeah, it was Valdosta brought pressure right through.
Big loss here. And this we haven't seen this in a while. Somebody just missed a block. Somebody missed a block. You had the linebacker, Tyler Moorhead, just kind of a little bit of a stunt delay, but he came right up the middle, and nobody got anywhere near him. So it's going to be a loss of 5. Back to the 32. Now you're facing 2nd and 15. First negative play in a while for this Argo offense. First tackle for loss for a minute by the Valdosta D. That could turn out to be a huge play.
Timeout taken there. Not much time left on the
play clock was running down. I guess the Argos are letting it drift a little bit. Feels like, and I hate to say this, it's just one of those, this is the way it feels. Feels like whoever scores next is going to win this football game with 8:04 left. And so if the Argos can be the one that continue this drive and get down the field and put some points on the board, I think it makes it really hard for Valdosta.
Yeah.
Even if it was a field goal, just to keep it at 7. See Tila Howard and Matt Estrada walking by, baseball and softball greats. Enjoying it. Had the Hall of Fame. Tila Howard definitely is going to be a Hall of Famer at some point from UWF softball. But great class that went in today. Swimming and diving, the first inductees, Monica Amaral, Teresa Michalak went in, a diver and a swimmer who were dominant during their time just a few years back, not that long ago now, but those are first from that program. We had soccer players going in, Shelby Bush inducted, part of that 2012 team. Coach Don Hogan, former basketball coach here, restarted the men's basketball program back in the early to mid-'90s and was here for 16 seasons, went in. Cross-country represented. It was a great morning. Check GoArgos.com to see all the information about this, the 2023 UWF Athletic Hall of Fame induction class. What a elite group it is. It's less than 130 people inducted since 1977.
Wow.
And eventually there's going to be some football players. And I can imagine maybe a Tate Mateo goes in. There's a few others. D'Anthony Bell, some guys like that. So this backs it to the 32, 2nd and 15 as we get ready to get started again. Argos a little bit behind the chains at this point.
Looks like Valdosta about to bring some more pressure.
Yeah, they walk up to the edge on the right side of the line. Pee-wee slides forward. He may just look to tuck it and run it. No, he fires it up the field. He's got a man. It's Giles. Over along the Valdosta sideline. Pee-wee with his feet keeps it alive, fires it. It goes into Valdosta territory to the Blazers 45. What a big play.
Yeah, huge. Great time for a big play. And
able to come up with that throw. It's a 23-yard throw and catch from Pee-wee to John Giles. So Giles continuing to have a nice night. It's the first passing first down in a hot minute. So I'm going to tell you, let's see. John Giles, how about this, Coach? 84 yards is what I'm seeing there. He's over 1,000 on the season now.
Two touchdowns.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns. Gets him over 1,000.
Not a bad night at the office.
Little screen pass right here. Jamontez Woods in some space. 40 to the 35. Finally tripped up along the UWF sideline. What a great little play. Let him come with that pressure up the middle. Throw it right over the top and around him.
Yep.
And it works well.
Snuck him out there.
How does it always work? If they're blitzing from the left edge, I'm throwing the screen right at where the guy's coming from with the pressure, and this time pays off.
Yeah.
To the 31, gain of 14. So two straight passing plays, not easy for me to say, convert to first downs. The Argos are on the move and started at the 9. This reminded me of some of those drives from when you were coaching, when old A. Reed would get the ball inside his own 10 and we'd go chunking down the field.
Yeah.
They walk some pressure up again. Jarrett hands it off. He's lead blocking. Pee-wee Jarrett out in front of Jamontez Woods. And there's our former Argo flying through there. Rain Tanega-Doster comes up with the tackle. You were saying, I recognize the hair.
Yeah. That looks familiar. That walk looks familiar. Oh, that's just Rain.
Rain flies up there. But Pee-wee got out in front of Jamontez Woods and just kind of put his head in there. How does that go for 1 yard? That's all we got out of that. 2nd and 9. It throws me off because we're out of the gun. You're starting so deep on some of these runs. It's like you've already gone 7 yards by the time you get to the line of scrimmage. So it makes it a little tough.
That does.
Although we don't ever see it anymore. The power eye was even deeper by the time you took a toss from that.
Oh yeah.
They'll go back to it. Woods puts his head down. Got hit early by Harris, but was able to fall forward and get some positive yardage. So it'll set up a 3rd down here. Jacob Harris is over double-digit tackles now. Just great leg drive by Jamontez of getting inside the 30. Takes it down to the 27, it looks like. And Coach Nobles lets that play clock wind down to be 3rd and 6. We'll go under 5 minutes by the time they snap this football. But you were not in a comfortable part of the field for a field goal yet, necessarily.
Right.
I got a feeling this is 3rd and 6, but 2 downs to get that 6 yards.
Yeah. Better get it off quickly here.
They did, just barely. Jarrett, a little delayed run. Takes a big hit at the end. He's going to be short of the first down by a yard. Really kind of a slow developing run to the right side. Had some blocking out in front. Pee-wee comes back and says, let's go again. Let's roll it. As he gets it inside the 25 on the run. Nice job of kind of corralling him from behind. 4th and 1, 22 is the yard line. And the Argos will run it back out there. Obviously going for it here. Not going to try a field goal. It's over on the far hash. Jarrett with Jamontez Woods in the backfield. 2 tight ends. They go left side. They're not going to get it.
Yeah,
Jarrett tries to stick his arm out, but he just couldn't even get his legs moving. Got tripped up maybe by one of his own linemen. Good job by Valdosta shooting through some gaps.
Yeah, Rain came in hard there and
Yeah, he got Rain Tenegadoster got into Jamontez Woods. Woods was stayed back and didn't fire upfield. Good job of shutting it down. No gain on the play. It's going to go over on downs.
Man, big stop there for
That
Valdosta.
is huge.
Yeah.
Valdosta flips around, gets the football, and now with 4:01 left in the game, Coach, it's a 4-point game. Valdosta knows a field goal isn't enough. They're going to have to drive the field. That's actually at the 23. It was a loss of 1 on the play. And they're going to have to come up with a touchdown here.
They knew it was coming, and they found a way to stop it there. They had trouble with
Negative
it all
play
night.
after running the ball so impactfully all night long.
Yeah.
Now it's Sammy Edwards' time. Can he come up with something as the Argos do not bring pressure? They go with a 5-man. They come with pressure, or they get to him, but he gets it out. Finds B.K. Smith, who's been a thorn in the Argos side, already over 100 yards, out to the 40, maybe the 41. It's going to be a big game. Kenny Martin was running after Sammy Harris. DJ Barnes was in the coverage on Smith. It's out to the 39, gain of 16, first down. They'll run it. Not anything happening there. Walker Robinson all over it. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1. Great job by Walk of getting in there.
Yeah, good job of that D-line, causing a little disruption there.
Yeah, and then letting your middle linebacker flow to the football and make a tackle.
Yeah.
3:20 and counting down. No gain. 2nd and 10. Argos don't show any pressure here. 3 receivers top side of the field. Now they do. Walker Robinson comes. Quick slant or quick out, and he finds B.K. Smith. They're going to give him a really generous spot up here. Outside the 45, towards the 50. It was Gael Laurent getting to him on a tackle, but it's out to the 48. It's going to be a 3rd and 1. Yeah.
B.K. Smith, he's been the go-to guy tonight at receiver.
Kind of know where they're looking.
Yeah.
Now, do the Argos bring pressure? I don't think Valdosta's looking to run this football. At least they haven't shown us that. The Argos come, and they're going to get to him. Chunks it away. And you had Quincy Milholm over there with Flowers along the far sideline, and the pressure is what forced that to be an incompletion. But I got to imagine out near midfield, it's 4-down territory, and it will be 4th and 1.
I think so. I think Valdosta knows they're not going to have any more time left if they don't.
Here's my question. If you're Valdosta, you're throwing this football, right? You're not doing what the Argos just tried to do, which is run it with the quarterback.
They haven't ran it very well tonight.
Argos walk up more to the line of scrimmage, and then they do bring some pressure, but there's good job of holding. B.K. Smith gets it inside Argo territory, inside the 45. He's going to get down to the 42. It's a first down.
Caught that Argo defense in man coverage there.
Tell you what,
tight man.
B.K. Smith, Coach, you said it. He's the guy. He's all over the place.
We've been calling his name quite a bit.
They will try to run it here. Gets away from the first man, but not from John McMullen. Down to the 40, gain of 2. 2nd and 8 coming. Under 2 minutes to play. This is too dicey, Coach. This is the kind of stuff nobody likes. Not good for my blood pressure.
Yeah.
This one's been a wild one.
Now,
Points have been.
Valdosta's going to have to score a touchdown. Field goal won't do it, obviously. So, but there's not going to be much time left.
Yeah, they're not. Points have been at a premium in the second half after a wild 3 touchdowns each first half. Valdosta yet to find the end zone.
Probably going to be the drive right here.
Edwards fires it out, has him receiver. It's off his hands. Probably good that he didn't catch it because he was only going to gain maybe a yard with Quincy Milholm. It was Bullard. And now it's 3rd and 8 at the 40-yard line. And again, doesn't really matter because field goal isn't going to help Valdosta. They're not looking to get into field goal range. Now it's 2-down territory. They've got 2 downs to try to get 8 yards. This would be a heck of a place to have John McMullen or somebody rise up and get to Sammy Edwards. Edwards looks across the Argo defense. Claps his hands, takes the snap. Argos collapse the pocket up the middle. He's going to run. They get him. He gets some yardage, but not a first down. Great job of flowing to the football by the guys in green as Edwards looked like he had a lane, like he was going to shoot forward.
Edwards' helmet came off on that play, and so he's going to have to
He's
come
going to have to come out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Good job. It's Byron Puryear from behind, Walker Robinson coming across the field. And, yeah, you've got to go. Well, they're going to call a timeout so he can come back in. But that's 2 left for each team. Before that, the Blazers do call the timeout. So 1:12 left. He gets to the 37, ends up being a gain of 3, so it's 4th and 4. And this is a huge play. Huge play.
Yeah.
1:12 left in the game. So it's, obviously if the Argos can come up with the stop, game over.
Yeah.
Even if Delta gets a first down, time is of the essence.
Right. Probably thinking some type of crossing route to BK Smith has been kind of the go-to for these guys. They're probably thinking the Argos are going to give them man coverage, so they need some type of man beater.
Smith is at 151 yards on 8 catches.
Smith has been their go-to guy.
But he hasn't been in the end zone. Yeah, so I think the key here is pressure, because when they have been able to make Sammy Edwards uncomfortable, he hadn't done much damage at all. It's just if he gets that time to get it out of his hands quick. But they only need 4 yards, so I'm sure they're looking for a quick throw.
Yeah, something quick.
1 minute, 12 seconds left. 28-24 our score. The Argonauts 6-2, 4-1 in the conference. Valdosta 7-1, 4-1 in the conference. Everything on the line here in this game in Pensacola, Florida. Will Kennedy, Coach Kyle Shoemaker with you. Here we go. 4th down and 4. Juice Williams in the middle of that line.
Argos up.
Argos walk up a little pressure.
Yeah. Like
and they back it off. Here comes the rush. They're firing it down the field. He's got a man. He makes the catch. It's Council to the 30, inside the 30 to the 28, gets the first down, gets the yards he needed. It's a 9-yard completion. It's a first down with 1:05 and counting down now open. Boy, that throw was high. Council went up and made a great job, Council Allen, of bringing that football down.
Gael Laurent was up there and popped out. He was looking for some type of crosser there.
Under a minute. Here we go. Edwards brings him to the line of scrimmage. Ball at the 28. He's got time. He's looking down the field. He's looking towards the end zone. But here comes some pressure. He's just got to throw this ball up in the air and out of bounds towards Brian Henry and Jim Hammond over there. And Dave Scott, the athletic director at the University of West Florida. 42 seconds left. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Edwards has been looking real far down the field there. He might have had an opportunity underneath, but
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Byron Puryear was held.
Yeah,
right there. That could have.
I don't know.
And it was out in space, and I'm like,
how
do you not throw that? How do you not throw the flag there when it's clear that he's getting held as he's running past the offensive lineman?
Byron Puryear has been a machine tonight.
He has. And I believe the Argos are going to take a timeout here. Somebody saw something they didn't like with 42.7, and Coach Nobles gets a timeout in. So 1 left for the Argos. It looks like 2 left for Valdosta. And certainly not lacking in excitement here at the end of this game down the stretch. I mean, maybe not exactly the excitement we want. By the way, volleyball, nice win over Valdosta in the field house right up the hill there a little earlier today. They also got a big win coming back to beat Spring Hill last night 3-2. So they are rolling, still unbeaten in conference play. Last week of the season coming up for Coach Melissa Walter and company. Women's soccer won 1-0 against West Alabama last night. They'll play tomorrow, 12:30 for the women, 3 for the men. They had a tie. The men did 3-3 with West Al. It's senior day tomorrow, so that's out at the soccer complex here, finally back on campus. Swimming and diving right there neck and neck with Division I Tulane last night, so great performance by that crew. And basketball's right around the corner, and it's all busy, but it's all about this right now. 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line. Argos trying to come up with a stop. Valdosta needing a touchdown. Edwards back to pass, fires towards the middle of the field. Got the catch. Did he get into the end zone? I believe he did. Ted Hurst went up over the top, caught the football, and got into the end zone. Hurst, 6'4", 180, and they used that height. Edwards had plenty of time. He fires the football into the middle of the field. Argos had defenders around Hurst. And it was Brandon Cross on the coverage of Hurst. DJ Barnes tried to come across.
Yeah.
36.6 left, and Valdosta gets the touchdown. Kick is up, and it is through, and the Argos find themselves down 3 points, 31-28.
Need a little of that Argo magic right
You
now.
got to credit Sammy Edwards with coming up with a throw, and Ted Hurst with going up and getting that football when they needed it the most, and the Argos unable to get off the field on a 4th down play, pay for it.
Yeah. It looked like Donovan Barnes was right there, just misjudged it a little bit, almost jumped right in front of it, but ended up right behind it. And great catch there by Ted Hurst coming down with it.
Argos give up the touchdown drive, 11 plays, 77 yards. They run about 3.5 minutes off the clock. And now, unfortunately, that missed field goal from short range is looming large for the Argos. This should be a tie football game. Instead, they're trailing by 3.
Yeah, that would make a big difference right now.
One of those weird football games. And you're going to look up and you're going to end up having to tip your hat to Valdosta because they've run the ball 16 times for a -3 yards. They've gone out and thrown it for 275, but usually that's not enough to win a football game.
No.
But a fumble, scoop, scored for a touchdown, and then some Argo miscues, including that missed field goal, have cost this football team the lead in this game. 36.6 seconds left, and they kick it deep. Zach Offord takes it at the goal line. He's going to try to put the return on. Offord gets to the middle of the field, makes one man miss. Boy, that was 1 or 2 steps away from potentially being a big one. Runs about 5 seconds off the clock. But the Argos are in trouble. And they'll start from their own 28-yard line.
Yeah, that's one where you probably should have just let that go out of the back of the end zone because now you just burned off 5 seconds off the clock and you only gained about 2 or 3 yards.
And the catch here, too, is the Argos only have one timeout. They took one on defense there.
Yeah.
They took one when a play clock got down.
Probably cost you a play right there.
Again, a field goal is what they need. And I'm not sure what Griff Sarah's range would be, potentially. Went overtime last year up in Valdosta. Jarrett back to pass, doesn't see anything, slides forward. He's going to have to throw the football. Instead, he's going to run, but he's going to run a full 10 seconds off the clock.
Gosh, that's a long time off the clock.
Good coverage by Valdosta. He gets out across the 35 to the 36. Down and distance really means nothing right now, but it will be 2nd and 2. Still with that one timeout. Jarrett takes the snap. In the pocket, pressure coming, fires it across the middle. Leggett jumps in the air, gets across the 45 to the 46. And I believe they're going to let it get reset. They're going to try to get up and clock it and save this timeout. And they do. And they only run another second off the clock. So they're at the 46. They've got 12.7 seconds left. They still have a timeout. And Leggett was working his best to try to get out of bounds. But nice job by Valdosta of getting up there and getting him to the ground. And so now you look back at that drive where we missed the field goal and think you had 4th down and 4 at the 7-yard line. You know, were you better off going for it at that point and trying to get pick up a 1st down and put that ball in the end zone? They had taken a couple shots at the end zone on that possession.
What do you think Griff's
I don't
range
know.
is here?
Yeah, I mean 50, 55 maybe. Can't take a sack here. Can't really run it. What is Pee Wee doing? Pee Wee's kind of getting to the sideline. He gets out of bounds, but he runs it down to 4.5 seconds, and you're at the 42 or 3-yard line. That might have been a killer right there.
Yeah.
It's a 1st down, but you don't even really have time to run a play and call a timeout.
No, this is Hail Mary now at this point.
Yeah, you'd be looking at 60 plus if you tried a field goal. And they're just going to back up Valdosta. And play it deep. They'll throw it quick. Can he get out of bounds? He does. Now the clock can't go out. They'll come and check it. But okay, coach, so they threw a quick out. They rolled the dice, and they got it to the 34. So 34-yard line. 7 is the drop. All right,
wow.
Coach? 7 yards back where you're going to hold it?
Yeah, exactly.
So you're looking at a 51-yarder.
Yeah.
Now, the weird thing here is it's on the far hash.
The wind is dead out here tonight. I mean, there's nothing blowing. Now, when everybody's been kicking off, those kickoffs have been going in that direction, have been going into the end zone. So it was blowing that direction a little bit earlier. But
Griff Sarah certainly got the leg here, but where's the confidence? That's the catch here.
Yeah.
Opportunity to bail your team out and take this thing into extra frames.
Now, didn't he hit a big one last year to take us into overtime against
Delta?
He did.
He did. His long this year's 36, but he's got the range. I mean, he's got the leg to do it. This is just one where everybody's got to lock in here, right? Snap, the hold. And Griff Sarah's got to clear his mind and try to make this happen. If this can get through, this is what a heck of a drive to get this football back with 31 seconds left and have this opportunity.
Yeah, it'd be great if we had maybe 1 or 2 more snaps right now. This is where that, you run it out of the end zone, you get, that's probably 5 seconds. Now you got 6 seconds, another hitch you could throw and get a little closer.
Get a little bit more.
Or Pee Wee running out of bounds there, just maybe a touch more, but.
This should be 51. That looks like where Logan Gregory is setting it down. What a great view you've got right here from behind this play. And I think it's going to be an icing timeout called from Valdosta now to give Griff Sarah a little more time to think about it. Just a strange football game. The Argos have outgained, Coach, Valdosta 444 yards to 272.
Wow.
They have got 28 first downs to 13. Time of possession, again, I've said many times, time of possession is a stat that I don't really care about most times. Almost 2-1 again tonight.
Yeah.
But the difference between last week and this week is Valdosta's found a way to score late in the football game.
Yeah, Valdosta's been 0 for 10 on 3rd down tonight.
Where Delta couldn't come up with that touchdown last week.
Yeah.
They've done it here. Valdosta drives the field, scores in the final minute of the game to take the 3-point lead. And now Griff Sarah has the opportunity. Missed from short range from 24 yards earlier in this game. This one's a little bit longer, double the distance, and then some, 51. But it is makeable. Fog in the background. It's that kind of night. Trick or treat.
Let's go. Get it.
Snap is good. The hold is down. Nowhere close. Just came out to the right, stayed to the right. Might have had enough leg, maybe not. And the Argos fall short. 31-28 is the final score. Valdosta moves to 8-1 on the season, 5-1 in conference play. The Argos fall to 6-3, 4-2 in the conference. It's not over yet. As far as the season's concerned, a win against Mississippi College, a win against Chowan, and you may have the opportunity to sneak into the playoffs in one of those last spots in the region, but this one didn't help that cause tonight. And it's the second loss of the season. It's another tough night for Coach Caleb Nobles and company. That'll do it for us here on the TV side of things. We've got the radio postgame show coming your way here in a second, but the Argos end up on the short end of the score, 31-28 in the final. We'll take a 3-minute break on the radio side. We'll wrap up things and get ready to kick it back on the other end. That'll do it for Coach Shoemaker. I'm Will Kennedy, 38-21 the final score. Our next broadcast with you on Flow Sports in Your View coming up with Chowan, the final home game on November 11th. Thanks for watching tonight. Argos can't get it done, but there'll be another Saturday coming your way. As always, go Argos.